Welcome back, everybody. This is Nate McCrash of the World Rally family. It's Thursday, and I am not at my new job yet, so it is time for some live lobbies. Jump in here if you want to, !Steam, join off my Steam profile, or search for Nate McCrash in the session browser, and we'll see you in 2 minutes.
Hello?
Yep, I'm here. I'm just sitting in the lobby chatting with Freitas still. I sent you an invite to the chat, though, for the shared chat.
Yeah, I saw it. Let's see. I'll keep quiet before we start.
Hello, hello.
Hello?
Hello?
Good morning, Mr. Nate. Good afternoon, Stone Boy.
I can't echo because your channel is still open. Put it down. And
Yeah,
then I have to
same.
go to...
We're going to mute your streams. Yep.
Okay.
That's okay.
All right, we're good now. And everybody got your shared chat running?
I have to do something to go to the other browser. I was just trying to do that. So just a second, please. DR12.
No
DR12, Mr. Sprocket.
Okay, let's do H3 in Central Europe. That'll give us plenty of room to breathe.
So Stoneboy just started the shared chat, so I think you can join, Nate, or Do you prefer us to knock on you? Which one do you prefer?
I started it over here.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, go to Nate. Yeah, I'll go to Nate.
Because I will also need to leave earlier, so.
Yeah, that's why I was starting it, because I'll probably be on for another 3 hours or so.
And then we have to put out this. No video.
Okay.
And the sound
I guess
and the camera. Yeah.
Everything is done.
Yeah, we're nice.
Good morning, Silen.
Dylan, how you doing, man?
So share chat is activated. Everything is on my side, I think.
Looks good.
Yeah, I think looks good.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Then
I'm in the lobby.
Live. Not on live.
Soul Walker, how you doing?
Monsieur le Soul Walker, comment ça va?
Je voudrais râler.
He's probably not listening.
That is funny, Silen.
I don't know what that is.
Definitely we should delineate that there are frivolous lawsuits all the time that get thrown out of court. So filing suit does not necessarily mean they will win that stupidity. But that is really funny. Oh, my video is over. Let's go to another video. Okay, so I have put some rear-wheel drive on tarmac. 3 locations, 2 stages each, all the services. This is an everyone lobby with assist on, with any camera, but we are doing hardcore damage and moderate trek degradation.
Okay, cool.
Mr. Rain, how you doing? Garrett, I don't think it matters which order, whether you do artist or song, but the dash certainly helps, like, actually get a good search out of the engine. Let's see, after that, we could go to some of the old classics that we're used to, 97 through 2011, in Estonia, Finland, stuff like that. Sound good, guys?
Yep.
So we'll do a little rear-wheel drive, get our wheels all tuned up, and then we'll go drive the usual stuff.
Big Junior, just don't crash. Just don't crash.
Yeah, see?
Don't hit the walls. Don't hit the berms.
The next logical step to challenge yourself is to limit yourself from having an indestructible car, because it'll teach you how to drive it clean. But I did give you massive service. You get full 45-minute service on every single stage. So you have plenty of chance to screw it up. I mean, fix your car.
Then we screw it up.
Then we screw it up, exactly.
Have a good night of sleep, Bad Slam. Thank you very much for being here, man.
Yeah, see you.
And then we'll top it off with some Sweden at the end of this, so that we can get a good test of multiple types, you know.
Okay, cool.
And then, you know what? I think we'll do one more at the end. We'll do Monte Carlo in the ice. Then we'll see how our wheel settings are by that point. Let's see.
Yeah.
97.
That's what I was just about to reply. And there is also another reason, Sprocket, is since I'm going into that championship, and I only have today, tomorrow to practice, because Saturday is going to be the race for me. I don't want to mess too much. Probably I will mess with it on Sunday. We'll see.
Okay, let's go, eh?
Let's go. I'm ready to rock and roll it.
Yeah.
Oh, which car? God damn it. Okay.
I would suggest a front engine just for tuning your wheel kind of thing. I mean, you know the Stratos really well, right? But the Stratos is going to give you weird steering behavior, right? So anything with the front engine.
Sierra.
Oh, let them choose anything. Oh, I forgot.
Well, I think I chose the Sierra. I'm not sure. I think because that's the car I wanted.
Hi there, everybody,
So-
and thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
And I've been
Opening
driving
round
that car.
of the
Yeah, the
championship
Sierra.
here
Front
at
engine.
Central European
So-
Rally. Tough.
And it's
It's just one of those
Conditions
things where
look
we
to be
get
on the
used
cards for this
to
event, with crews
when
relying
you
as much
when you
on
want to like
drivers'
throw a car
adaptability as
around
they
like
are
drifting
choosing the
style,
right setup.
front engine rear wheel drive is the way. And like then the 4-wheel drive cars, you know, front engine is the most common. And I always think about how the Group B cars that are mid-engine, they're really weird. They steer themselves, you know, like when you hit the gas or hit the brakes too much.
Yep.
So you can be like thrown off. You're like, why is the car behaving this way? What's wrong with my wheel? And it's actually just that your tires aren't on the ground and your car's spinning.
No. I don't think so, Mr. Sprocket. I'm used to driving this car, to be honest. So, I don't think it will be much of a deal or a problem for me. But thank you for the suggestion in a way. Sorry. The rest of the tuning I will do as I'm used to.
I use a little positive toe in the rear, but not max toe. I've never tried that. Maybe Sprocket's onto something there. But again, doing extreme things with the tuning will lead us away from what the wheel is doing. You know?
Yeah, exactly. It will be a little bit of a different thing that we're trying to do, you know.
Yeah.
So
It's like
Okay.
anytime you're trying to figure out a problem, you start with the variables at the beginning of the equation, you know, or the inside of the parentheses for my math nerds. But yeah. First, inside, outside, last, right? So
what I did for now is I
First outside,
have
inside,
20% the rotation and 2,800 the inertia. So let's see how it goes. No diff change for now. Milan, no.
And for me, I'm going to go easy on the gas, so I'm not throwing myself around with the throttle. I want to feel what the brakes and the steering are doing, you know?
2,
Yeah.
1, go. 50, 1 left short, and 3 right. Half long, 140. Slight left, 60. 4 right short. Keep in, 270. Slowing. Slight right, 40. Turn, 1 left, 50.
Oh man, it's hard.
Right over small crest, 90.
Friend that
Slight
used to
left,
drive one of these
240,
cars.
slowing. Left entry
Here
chicane,
in the Madeira Championship.
260.
Oh, yeah?
He used to be a part of a rally team that was owned by a guy that had a disco,
6 left, slowing,
which is
120.
called Vespas, which is Wasp.
Three right,
The disco was called Wasp.
140.
That's a cool name for a disco like that.
And so they had a rally team. They had 2 drivers, and one of them was a friend of mine, and they had these cars. One of these cars still in the hand of the other driver, the guy I don't know, he's a little bit older than I am. Well, not a little bit, by far older than I am. He was the older guy in the team and the team leader, rally driver at the day. So. And back on the days, the regulations were different. You didn't need to use, proper racing shoes, and so we used to drive with shoes, definitely there is.
With disco shoes? They used to drive with disco shoes?
No, they used to drive with, what is it called?
left, tightens through tunnel into left 100.
The sole was like, like you buy shoes like for a party. The sole is, it's not rubber, it's, oh shit.
Like leather sole
Slight
shoes?
right, tightens 3.
Yeah, but they wouldn't stick on the,
Felt.
so you know what I mean? So it's,
Yeah,
it's
like
like
a-
it was going.
Yeah, like a soft felt bottom, like a sneaking shoe.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't think how we could manage to keep the foot on the pedals because they would slide because the sole would slide,
Slide right, 40, slowly, 5 right, 60. Turn open here with
I'm
left,
just gonna imagine they were using disco shoes because that sounds funnier.
50.
Like big, tall
Late
disco
to right,
stompers.
long tightens, 40.
Platform
No, it
shoes.
was-
Half long opens,
So it was
30.
like like shoes like when you go to to work or whatever, like you have to be with in a suit and all those things. So it was one of those shoes, which was interesting.
120.
But of course, then the regulations changed it. I needed to start wearing the shoes. He said, "Oh God damn it, this is the worst part for me because I'm not used to these shoes."
3 left short, 60.
Oh yeah,
2
that
right,
makes a big
half
difference.
long, through junction, 100.
I think the only shoes that I've never had a problem driving in were my snowboard boots. That was a problem.
And crest. Into lane 3 left,
That
very
would be a
long.
very good idea, Nate.
Yeah, you come off the mountain and you just want to get home, and
3
you're
left.
like, oh man, I'm just gonna move my car up to the lodge and pick up my friends so they don't have to walk through the parking lot. And I'm like, oh, gotta change the boots because that's not gonna
Lane
work.
1 left.
Yeah.
Opens 4, long,
But then you gotta put your boots
260.
back on to step outside, otherwise your feet get cold very fast.
Okay, the interesting thing in this car is that okay, I like
into 5 right
the
short, into crest, 50,
turning
turns
back
here left,
to the center of the wheel. It's okay. I don't feel
90,
it
slight
much
left,
strong.
70,
So I think this is
4 right,
starting to get a little
80,
bit,
slight
great.
left, slowly, 30,
Oh, no,
right,
but I will
very long,
try a little bit more.
120. 4
The
left,
next stage, I'm
100.
just gonna pause and adjust my settings while I drive,
Caution,
not worry about
left short,
trying to
90.
be quick.
Slight left, slight right,
Well, I'm not trying. I'm just trying to test. So
and 5 right.
I got it all dialed in on Dirt
70,
Rally 2
open left,
yesterday, and
tightens.
oh boy, it's so great. I'm driving this
55
car
left,
in
40.
New Zealand. You remember the ocean stage
Yeah.
in New
Right,
Zealand?
40.
And I'm just
5
throwing the
right,
car around the
finish,
corner,
90
counter
to
steering
stop.
through the whole thing. It's so
Feels
easy.
great in there too.
Oh yeah, yeah. And that's where I'm like,
Last week also.
15.5.
go ahead, Stoker.
Yeah, I tried it in Endure 2 last week also. It's a relief. For me. That I'm good there. But it's different with VCR.
Hello.
somebody got in.
Yep.
Who got in here? Oh, Soul Walker. What's up, dude?
Ouh, comment ça va, monsieur?
Ça va bien, ça va bien.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gone. I'm gone.
Are you streaming?
Bye.
Hey, there's Zombie too. Zombie 20 is here too.
Nice.
Oh,
Yes.
I get distracted.
That's the right time. Let's go.
You're going to be what?
First stage done,
26?
and this pairing have achieved a great head start in this competition.
Shit. I have a phone call
I'm
from
on
home that I
board.
don't recognize, but I have to I'll be
Never
right back,
been on the
guys.
4th place.
Answer the phone and say, I am streaming. Just kidding. If it's a job calling, they probably don't want to hear that. Speaking of jobs, for those who didn't know, including my friend Sillin, who was so kind to sell me his old sim rig for basically nothing, and I've owed him a few $100s for the last month. I got my fucking job, bro. I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it.
That's great.
I got it. I got it.
Nice.
And it's the good one.
Nice.
It's the good one. It's the one I wanted that pays the most. So yes. Yes. Let's go. Fuck yeah.
I'm
New
so
job
happy for
club.
you, Nate.
Appreciate it, guys. More sim rig equipment coming soon. So my first paycheck, I'm gonna make a hefty contribution to Sillin's sim rig equipment by paying him back. And then after all of that, then I'm gonna start buying the rest of the stuff for putting the rest of that motion rig together. And we're gonna have some friends over here to ride that wild boar. Be
That's
fun.
great news, Nate.
Hell yeah. I'm going to put a little time extension on here for Freitas.
Sorry, guys, I'm back.
Oh, he's back.
I'm back.
Perfect
I'm back. Sorry.
timing. Was it a job? Did you get a job too?
No, unfortunately not.
Damn.
It's just it's just for my my bike,
On the same day,
My,
same week.
my scooter. It has it's doing a 1 year now, and they have to do a mechanical revision, all those things. So I needed to
Allow it.
no to schedule it. But,
Yeah, taking
I'm
it in for
thinking-
service is
for service.
Oh,
Yeah. But I'm thinking to sell it because I don't use it, to be honest. So I'm not even going to do that. She's being stopped, so I'm going to sell.
Oh, okay. You're just gonna ride your bike.
And now my youngest son is saying, no, you're not. No, you're not. You're not going to sell the. No,
You want it.
he wants it. He's got to pay for it. So it's all good.
Yeah, I pay the Juk, I pay the secure, I pay all of
Oh, he wants to pay everything. He wants to pay the
Okay,
bike,
there you
the
go.
insurance.
There you go.
I
Keep,
hear him.
keep it in the
Sure.
family. Yep.
I hear him.
The petrol, all those things. Unbelievable. Okay, so let me see. I think I did changed the. So I had it at 20%. I just put it at maximum return speed.
Oh, there are more people. Solboka, hello.
This-
I said already. Is that your music, Nate? Or...
Hmm?
Don't remember.
Okay, let's see. Mechanical damper. This is a constant effect that adds smooth resistance to the wheel. It can help dampen sharp FFB effects and give the wheel a richer feel. No, I think I'm gonna try that off, actually.
It started.
Yep. Here we go.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Good
luck.
luck.
We're still testing stuff here in in our basis software. So
Starts 200, one left. Good luck.
Oh yeah, and our friend Kip Tischer looks like he might be getting a job at a rally school in Texas.
1, go.
Oh, right on.
So, you know, he got laid off from one rally school. Now he's going to go to the other rally school.
Tightens.
Good
And
news
5
for him.
right, 30. 3 right over crest. Don't cut.
Izzy got her
14,
job
6
too,
left,
so everybody's getting
100.
jobs.
Oh, okay. Let's hope I'm the next one then.
Yep, you're next.
Crest and 3 right. Don't cut and 3 left. Tightens.
Or maybe we all just start
70.
subscribing to your channel, so your
Crest,
channel will be your new job.
190.
Now that we all have jobs.
You know, to be honest, that would be so good because that would be one of my plans, doing that and also trying to get
2 left. Hands low.
the
Tightens.
aluminium extrusion rig
150.
and see if I could, you know, starting to do a job out of it as well.
I support this idea because you are a very nice person and one of my good friends and compatriots in the WRF for many years. I would like this plan.
You know, and also I also started learning a little bit more how to do videos for YouTube to see if I put more.
Excellent.
So yeah, I'm putting a little bit of time on that because unfortunately, being 50 is a pain in the ass in this goddamn country. And it's not easy to get a job with this age.
Yeah, I hear that.
But well.
So now that I'm making good money, I'm gonna come visit you, and I'm gonna bring Stone. And unfortunately, we can't make him stay home. He's gotta come with us.
Oh man!
So I'll get Stone Man to come meet me in Madeira, and we'll go do the tourist thing. Go to the rally.
6 left, 50, 5
Oh
left.
man, that would be great. We just
I
have,
never come to.
70.
I just have to see the calendar of the rallies, so to see if you guys can be at the same time in that rally. We have several rallies. We have the regional championship. We have the most known rally, which is Madeira Wine Rally. Now it's not called Madeira Wine Rally. It's only Madeira Rally, but it used to be, which is in June. And we also have that historic rally, which is usually in October, November.
Awesome.
Nikki, I think Nate will. I'm probably not, but Nate will.
Yep, I'll be here, Nikki.
And 2 left.
Oh,
I just got
it's still,
started.
40
Planning on
down,
going
hairpin
3 hours.
left, short. Into 5
I will
right,
be.
60,
Oh, it's only
low
3:30 now at the afternoon, so yeah. I'm gonna be going at least for 1 hour, an hour and a half, something like
2
that.
right, tightens. Into 1 left, keep in, 100.
Oh man.
1 right, tightens. And 4 left, 90. 3 left, short, 40. 6 left, don't cut. And square right, 80. Square left, 40.
Nice. I gotta get this car into the
6
position
left,
of like
into
actually
4 right,
drifting so I can
tightens,
feel the
50.
counter steer. I'm just so used to
Crest into
not
7
driving
4
that
right, over
because of my
crest, 50. Late, open hairpin left. 40, late, open hairpin right, tightens. 120.
Yep, there it is. The car behaved correctly. I didn't.
Hairpin left,
I think 50 is a little high on
into
that.
crest, 120.
Too slow.
Downhill. Late, open hairpin right.
Ah, well,
And 4 left.
that's a great drive.
Into big crest, 130.
Have to focus more on your brake pressure setups now.
6 left, through dip, 80.
I just
jump,
changed
slow
the
right, 3
brake
left,
saturation on
don't
the
cut, and
pedal.
late 4 right, half long,
It's
40.
way better now.
Oh yeah. Did you go down so you're not pushing as hard? That's what I did.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, totally.
180,
And
2
it's
stop.
nice and just like
Feels
real
so
subtle
better.
movement. What I remember from just messing with Jacob's car is the brakes, they're really hard, but they only go like an inch. You know? Like,
Oh, man.
what,
Yeah.
30 centimeters, right?
Yeah, you mean like 1 inch of travel?
Yeah.
It-
Like, they don't go all the way to the floor or anything like that. It's like you're just barely
Right.
squishing them. It's like just a little squishy squish.
Squishy, squishy.
Yep.
Yep.
Need to change
Right,
the
so-
setting.
Let me see. this is
35 was too low and 50 is too high, so I guess I'll try 40.
What do you have in the inertia, Nate?
Okay, on my wheelbase, my inertia is at 100%. That's wrong, I think, now after reading. Let's see, higher values simulate a heavier wheel, giving it more momentum when allowing it to spin
Tough
longer
rally for
when
all
released.
involved.
I'm
As this
going to
car
turn it
crosses
off
the
this
line,
time
we'll
and
go
see
now
how
to
that
see where
feels.
they've
So I'm
placed
going to
in
put the
grand
inertia
scheme
down
of
to
the event.
0. So
It felt to me too much light. It was too light.
oh, too light when it was down all the way.
All the way, yeah. But try it 0 because we have different. We have different brands, so it could
Yeah,
make a
I feel like
difference.
they do reflect each other's settings really well, but the other one that we were just talking about in your chat before I started was the wheel speed. I've got the wheel speed at 100, like as fast as it'll go. So that's where
And there
like
we
you
have
release
it,
the
a
wheel and it
spellbinding
spins on
and
its
thrilling
own.
event through and through. All the teams and crews
No,
have worked
okay, I have it
incredibly
at
hard this week,
30%
and those
only.
that didn't.
So let me look at this real quick. In the controls in the game, just a little too heavy at 50, so I'm going to go down to 40.
I have to stop, guys. I have to go to the post office to bring some return goods.
Okay,
It was,
no
it
worries.
was a short one today, but I was streaming all the midday already. So
Yeah.
I see you another time. Have a good
Yeah.
stream.
Catch you later, buddy.
You too.
Yeah.
I hope your internet gets stable, man, so you can join us more.
Is always the problem here, but it doesn't matter. Good luck, all.
Yes,
Have a good
thanks.
drive.
Yeah, cheers.
Okay, same car, new location.
Yeah, same car, new location. That's also what I'm gonna do.
Okay, I got one called Feedback Detail, and it says
We are here
enhances
once
force
again and
feedback
ready
from
for
the
round
road
2 of
surface
this
and
championship
vehicle
here at
suspension.
Rally Iberia.
Higher
Why don't we have a
values
look
give
at the
more
conditions for the
information, but
event
may
then? As you can
increase
see, the crew
noise
should be
and
nicely
heat while
warmed up and
driving.
prepared for this rally, as the
Now,
conditions are
my friend
very similar to
Marcuzio,
what they
you
were
guys know
racing in only
Marcuzio,
one event
he runs
ago.
this at
Despite that, the
19
crews will still
on
need to be
his
switched on, as
wheelbase.
anything
So
can
I'm going to
happen.
try it this way with inertia down, friction down, damper down, and wheel rotation speed at 100 and feedback detail at 19. Yeah, force feedback I have at 100%.
Force feedback. This is interesting because Moza has two things that look similar for me, which is the force feedback and the limit torque of the exit force, which goes until the 12 Newton meters, which is the maximum of my wheelbase.
Oh, mine's got that, but
That's-
it's called max torque. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's max torque. I was trying to translate from Portuguese, so yeah, mainly it's the same thing. So I have it at 100%, that, and the intensity of the force feedback, I have it at 80%. I did this because I thought that, okay, the intensity of the force feedback will do a lot of strength in the motor, and I don't want to do that. So I have the torque at the maximum, and then the intensity of the force feedback just a little bit slower. Don't know if this is correct or not, but
Yeah, we're getting there.
tried it.
We're trying it. Detail, sprocket? Detail? Yeah. Feedback detail I've got at 19 out of 20, and that's what Marcuzio is using. He's got the exact same wheelbase as me. And since I drive with Mark all the time when hanging out with Joe, I was thinking it's a good place to start for me. Because we drive the same kind of cars. A lot of this stuff can be chalked up to like personal taste, but what I really am going for is I want to be able to jump into like my real car and have it feel the same as my sim rig.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 130. 5 right, half long. 160, slowing.
Meaning, even if the FFB is not my preferred setting, if it feels like the real car, well, that's the real car, and that's the setting, you know.
Tightens 3, very long. 40.
Like when I drive the Focus at autocross, if I'm not trail braking, that thing torque steers all over the damn place. And if I adjusted my wheelbase to get rid of the torque steer, then I wouldn't be practicing against torque
4
steer.
right, half long, 30, option, 6 right, 40, late,
I had it wrong. I reduced because I read it, and I reduced what I was talking earlier. I reduced the one I had it at 100%. I reduced to 85, and it's much, much better. So I guess that I can look to that thing that you were talking about because the car doesn't have that much strength. And it's also good for our arms.
Yeah.
40, square left, and 1 left, 60.
Now the only thing I need is the rotation back, you know, when it goes back the wheel.
And 4 left, 30.
The returning,
Option, 5
the
right,
returning.
and 31 right, half long tightens.
That's the only thing I
and
still
1 left
need to
short,
get
into slight right,
correct.
and 5 left, don't cut, 50.
You know, some games, like R Factor 2
3 right
and
sharp,
B-Man G,
60.
will show you an
3 right,
FFB graph.
slowing.
I think later today I'm going to
Into
go
6
on to
left,
B-Man
and
G
3 square left,
and just see
sharp, into 1 right,
what the wheel is
half
doing
long,
on the
50.
graph.
Crest and slight right, slowing, 40, 3 left, half long, and 1 left, keep in, 90. Slight right, into 6 left, 6 right, slowing, 70, 1 right, half long, 70, slight right, long, 40. 2 left, 60.
Yeah, for us, Rocket, it's a kind of a thing where we want to feel it, but we don't really want an arm workout all the time. So it's that fine line of strong enough you can feel everything, but not wear you out too fast.
But I lower it too much. 85% is too low for me. So yeah, this is like it's a fine tune that we need to.
3 right short.
I don't. I practice my arms very much.
Guys, have you ever heard of muscle memory?
Yes, of course. What I'm thinking about here, Soul Walker, just to bridge the gap between what we're saying here, is if I am getting too much side load and too much weight on the wheel in my real car, I let off the gas. I don't change my steering wheel, you know? Like, I don't turn down my steering rack and I don't, like, you know, change the steering. I just let off the gas. So, like, that's the thing where if it's supposed to be heavy, it's heavy because the car's turning, right? And so what I usually do is just let off the gas a little bit. Makes it a little easier to turn. Because there's, like, there's this disconnect between what people want to feel, they want to feel because they like it, and then there's what real cars do. And your cars don't care about your feelings. They feel the way they feel, right? So that's why I'm driving the M3 as a rear-wheel drive on all the games that I'm playing to make a cross comparison to the same car every time. And then when I'm in 2000 cc's, I'm driving the IMPREZA every time because I have a real IMPREZA now. And then driving the Focus in Rallycross last night, and it feels just the same. It's like I get used to it in the Focus where if I'm not trail braking, oh, there we go, that was beautiful. If I'm not trail braking, the Focus will start to torque steer, where like one wheel is just like spinning and the other one's yanking you to the side, you know, it's like a front wheel drive kind of thing. And where if I
Square
if I
left,
tune the
opens.
focus to be like a very
40,
open front
one
diff,
right, half long,
then when I
60.
go drive the real focus, it's the
Two
same,
left,
right? So I'm like going back and forth between. I drove the Focus for 5
30,
years in
slight left,
autocross, so I know
and
exactly
square
how it
right,
feels
half
when it's
long,
drifting.
into hairpin left.
And there's where I think
50. Three
if you
right,
have
tightens,
access
into
to
slight
some
left,
kind of
don't
car
and square right.
in the real world, that's what you should use as a reference
And
for
4 left,
setting your steering
don't
wheel
cut,
in games.
40, 5 right, and 5 left.
Otherwise, you just do
tightens,
everything to
30, over
taste,
finish, to stop.
and like every game's going to be different, and it's all going to be
That's a
teaching
5
you different
minute,
techniques. You know,
19.5.
one game you're going to let off the steering and let the throttle do the work, and another game you're going to steer more and you're going to press the brake more. Like there's no consistency if you don't have that tuned like across all games the same way.
Like right now, I'm thinking of
Not a bad result for the first run. I'm sure this
going
pair
to
will
set
have
up
plenty of chances to
the
crank
steering
back
wheel
the
now.
volume
I'm
on
at
the
I'm
upcoming
at 112
stages.
now, so I'll set it at 108 just with sure. Oh no, let's see 109. I'll only do that.
One of the things that I've done over the years too is I will go into the FFB settings in the game, like I'm showing on screen for anybody watching this channel, just, you know, so they can see what I'm talking about, is I will go in and turn off all the FFB settings except for one. And then I'll drive the car and go, okay, what is this FFB setting trying to tell me about the car? Now, for me, wheel friction is never needed. I never use wheel friction because this is for like smoothing out belt drives, right? And we got DDs now, so we don't need this. And then tire friction.
Okay, so,
go ahead.
so in DDs, then you don't need that, but like in Gen 23, it will be best to put some, right?
Yeah, like if you're on a G920 or something, I would use 5 wheel friction, maybe 10 wheel friction, just a little bit, because these are better on like really old style wheels. That's my experience, and this is what I've learned from Rain Dancer too. So it's not just me thinking about this data. And then I always try to point out the difference between wheel friction and tire friction. You go, well, what's the difference? A wheel's a tire and a tire is a wheel, right? But no, this is steering wheel friction, and that's what it should say here. Steering wheel friction. That's what it should say. And if the friction is too high on the steering wheel, when you let go of the steering wheel to try to countersteer and drift, it will go slow, right? I learned that from Joe Valla. You don't want wheel friction. You want tire friction. Tire friction is what tells you how much traction you have.
I'll try that.
So wheel friction 0 or low, depending on your wheels, and tire friction up higher, like 50%.
I've set it at 90, and so far I feel okay. But I'll go step by step to check out if I can, upgrade the feeling on the steering wheel itself.
Awesome. And another thing for everybody, just whoever's watching, I learned from people throughout the years that suspension doesn't come through the steering wheel, only in the form of bump steer. Like when you hit a bump on one side and it makes the wheels turn, and that turns the steering wheel in your hands, that's the only time that suspension adjusts the feel of the wheel. These video games give us vibration in the steering wheel because you can't feel it in your butt, right? And you can't feel the car moving, so you have to feel it moving in the steering wheel. Now, if the suspension setting's too high, then it might actually be getting in the way of feeling the tires. So I run my suspension setting really low, like 15 right now, 16. And the other one is collision. Collision's the same thing. Collision is when you hit a rock, or you hit the wall, or you slap the guardrail. Think about that. When you slap the guardrail with the tail of your car, you're not really going to feel that in the steering wheel. So that's a video game effect. So these ones can be turned way down. I have engine up loud because I like to feel the engine on the launch. And that's just, you know, feeling the engine come through the steering wheel. That kind of works on some cars. You can feel the vibration of the motor. Like if you've got really hardcore motor mounts that aren't made of rubber, like you got metal motor mounts, you can get a lot of vibration through the wheel. So that one's okay. But the collision and the suspension, those are things that you'd want on your motion rig. Okay, here we go.
Starts 4 left, 6 right. Good luck.
All right, Garrett's getting the
5,
cars.
4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, I need to
4
switch
left
to
short,
pattern too.
into 6 right, slowing, 50.
Right now I'm just concentrating on the wheel, but
Tighten square, and 2 left, tightens, and 3 right sharp. And 3 left, 40. 3 left, keep in. And 3 right short, caution, 40. 1 left, unseen, and lane 1 right.
I think before getting a motion rig,
40,
anybody out there
lane
could
right,
consider
into 2
that
left,
you can get the
half
little tactile feedback things like
70,
butt kicker,
slowing,
that's a brand
slide
name,
right,
but there's lots of them.
into 1 right,
And you can put those on your pedals, and you can put those on your chair. I think that's where we should feel suspension and collision.
40. 4 left, open slot, tightens, don't
It'd be good to
cut.
get ABS on your
And
pedal
6
too,
right,
but if you're not
40.
using ABS, that doesn't matter.
4 left short, 60, slowing. Slight right, 70.
But like Freitas has got the active pedals now, right, Freitas?
43
Yeah,
left,
I'm only on the brake.
50.
Just on the brake.
3 right, half long, tightens,
So
60.
when does it vibrate? When you're
3 to 2
sliding?
left, half long,
When it locks the wheels.
Okay, so when you lock up the wheels and you're sliding, that's when it vibrates? So it's just a reminder that you're locked up.
That I'm locking the wheels, yes.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I want that.
That's the only thing I'm using.
100.
Yeah, that's really
It was a
cool.
suggestion from Mr. Sprocket, to be honest, so it's not my thing.
4 left short.
Seems logical to
5
me.
right into 4 left to 5 right short.
What does Sprocket
And it's-
know? He only just wins
6
all
right,
the
slowing,
clubs that I drive.
50.
Yeah,
Lead square right into 1 left.
so it's good. But for rally, I think this is more than enough. That's what Mr. Sprocket said, and I think he's right, because there are other
70,
stuff on
3
the
left sharp.
what is the name? What is the name? God damn it, I keep forgetting the name. Simhub?
And 2 left, long.
Yeah,
Thank you,
Sim
sir.
And 4 right short.
Simhub,
60.
you can there you have lots of things that you can turn on for any other game, especially GT or any other cars like that, so you can turn all those things on, and it will show you if the wheels on the left front, on the right front, on the back, all those things on, and you can feel also the dampers, so it's cool.
Is that
You can
okay?
put it
So
up.
I'm assuming then that the pedal is not getting its vibration information from the FFB settings, it's getting it from the motion rig settings, right?
I'm
like,
just talking
from
about
Simhub?
the haptic thing. The haptic thing, you can
Yeah,
turn it
but
on the
like,
Simhub.
which
It will vibrate
data?
in different ways.
My question is farther from the beginning. Is it getting signal, like data signal from the game in the motion wheels setup, or the motion setup, or from the wheel setup? Like, I know that we used to run these telemetry tools on the first rally, and it would use the D-Box or motion rig information to feed the telemetry tool, so you could see like a G-force sensor, you know?
I don't know the answer because since this
I'll
is
bet you
always
Dylan
changing-
knows the answer if nobody else does, so I can ask him later. But
because since this is only set on the brake pedal, I don't know.
Right, around roundabout.
Oh,
Right of the
WRC
speed
only has
increased
limited
17.
FFB telemetry. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so some games are going to have the
3
motion
left,
rig
half long,
support,
opens,
right?
40. Late
I
1
wonder
right,
what, I
half
wonder
long,
what Zillin
opens,
sets up for his,
17.
because he uses SimHub for motion.
4 left, tightens.
I wonder
and 2
how
right,
this game
17.
gets its information for
Late
his
2
motion.
left, long. 80, slight left, slowing.
I need a break
right,
after this
40,
stage,
3 right.
so
Sounds good.
if you can
120.
extend the timer, Nate, please.
Yep, will
Because
do.
my son just asked me to go upstairs, and he put that in chat in English, so everybody knows. Take a little break, and please come here.
4 left, long,
Gotcha.
100.
Spacey 24 is my youngest son, so
Alright.
he just had a break from work, and he came home. Usually he doesn't do that, so definitely there is something important to tell me. So
Probably wants to ride your scooter back to work.
Tightens.
don't think so. He
No?
has his
Okay.
own car, so
Oh, okay.
only if you run out of gas in the car,
6 right,
probably.
tightens.
Yeah,
And
maybe.
4 left, 30. 1 right, long, 40.
Oop.
6 right, long,
Okay, I think I found the right settings now. At least works okay for
3
this
left,
car.
long,
The
tightens.
force,
And 4
the
right, half long,
return
and slight
speed of
left,
the wheel.
30. 4 left, keep it,
I'm not
50.
gonna miss
3
anything
right.
else more on this, so
And 2 left, 40. 4 left.
I'm gonna save this
opens,
before I
90.
forget on the Moses software, and that's
5 right
it.
short, slowing. Into slight left, 60. 2 right, very long.
Yeah, mine started to feel pretty good too.
Oh,
Like when I slide out, I can let it.
wow.
Yeah. This is great. When I slide out, I let it counter steer and it goes to the
6
right position without
tightens.
being
Into
pushed.
slight left, 90. 3 left, very long.
Yeah, that's I think you did this. Now I realize that you did this on these cars because it's easier to notice.
1 left,
Yeah,
Because on
totally.
four-wheel drive cars, it's not that easy, and on front-wheel drive, it's not even noticeable because
5 left.
it's front-wheel.
Yeah. Well, front wheel drive are going to do weird torque steer stuff, so that'll be more like how much gas and brake you give it. But yeah, I think it's good to just test them on all. But the modern cars, they do so much adjustment. It'd be hard to tell what the wheel settings are even doing.
57.1.
Like the space frame rally cars, like WRC 1 and 2, they don't even have a center diff, you know? Like it's all electronic controlled. And since I'm used to old school rear wheel drives and like Group A 2000cc cars, that's where you got to go from reference, right? Like when you're in the studio and you're recording music, you want your monitors to sound flat, normal, no color, right?
Okay,
Otherwise,
I'll be right
maybe
back
you turn
then.
up your bass too loud because the monitors don't do very good bass. Or the opposite problem, the monitor's bass is too low, and now you turn the bass up too high, right? That kind of thing. Flat monitors, that's what we need. In this case, since the game, I'm going to do the extension here first time. Since the game is like the first time the data is coming out of the software, and then it goes into the wheelbase, and then it goes into your hands. That's the order of operations, right? Okay, increasing timer. We'll give Freitas plenty of time. I'm going to run a video, and when he gets back, we will continue. Here is Mary Hill Loops Road Hill Climb, part of the Oregon Trail Rally event. And this is me driving our Mark I Ford Focus. You'll notice even though it's a slow car, I'm still driving the whole racing line. Nice and smooth. Keep the momentum moving. No sharp inputs. Smooth braking, smooth gas. There was a 2009 Ford Focus in this class with me. I got first place on this run. So we were all, they call it street touring hatch. So it's a street car, which is stock. And it's a touring car, which is usually front wheel drive. And it's a hatchback, right? So I'm in the street touring hatch class. There was also a 1978 Celica in this class. Should be going to this event twice this year. Once for the Hill Climb Association. Bridge City Auto Sports is the host of this event. Group that I work for, and then once again we'll be there for Oregon Trail Rally when the guys hit this stage as their tarmac section.
All right, sorry guys, I'm back.
No problem.
Yeah, still there.
Here we go.
Where is
Okay,
it? Wait.
Croatia.
Oh, this one is going to be difficult.
Yeah,
Too
this will be
many
a lot tighter.
airplanes. But I think this will be okay now. So let's hope so. I lowered also the inertia as well. So
Hello all, and it's a pleasure to introduce
RB20,
the third
how you
round
doing?
of this championship here at Rally Croatia. I don't think anyone
Yeah, the wheel
is
friction
fully
thing,
confident of
it's a
their
tricky
strategy
bit.
going into
It's
this
like
event as conditions look
it
to
takes
be
a
unstable.
long time to digest all this stuff and remember what means what, because different games have different names for the same thing. And when in doubt, ask more than one person, right? And I usually trust myself, but if I'm like not sure, I ask Rain Dancer as well, because he's been at this stuff for a really long time, and so he knows. He's played on the old systems and he's played on the new systems, so he's a really good guy for information. And then another thing is I will ask like Kip M42 BMW, because he has so much experience in real cars and he knows what the different things mean in the FFB, so he gives really good advice on settings. Okay, tuning. I'm using the same tune on my car on all these locations too.
Oh wow, what a cool game name, game type. Jack said
the gears, I'm going to short them.
Ooh, Noble M14. Come on, game, give it to me.
Mais comment c'est pas comme Mon pilote, j'accélère. Yeah, I really like it.
Hell yeah. If you guys want to get in on this card collecting game that Agassi made for a chat game, you can go to buyagassi.com/garage and get signed up. You just log in with your Twitch account and boom, you're ready. It's like Smokey and myself and Garrett all got the Noble M14 in our card collection.
I mean, I had cool cars yesterday.
Yeah, dude, the game's really cool. I gotta hand it to Agassi. That's a great idea.
5.
Man, I wanted that singer so bad. I love this car.
1. Go. 90. Lead 3 left. Long. Opens and tightens.
Oh, I gotta
So nice.
160.
I gotta H pattern this. It's time. Where is it? Assists, right? Yeah. Manual H pattern, manual clutch. There we go.
Oh, it feels so great now.
3 right. Opens half long. And 6 left. Right there.
Everything looks perfect.
And lead 1 right. 90.
I don't know if this is placebo or not. I'm assuming it's not because I've been touching this
2 left.
settings now for a long time already.
Right. Don't cut.
But I think this is
Into
definitely
5
good.
left. Half long.
Yeah, mine's
Into
feeling
4
damn
right.
good.
Don't cut. And
Yeah,
5
me too.
right. 50.
Way better.
Slowing. 6 left over crest. 30. Caution. 3 right. Tighten square. 30.
If you guys have ever seen
Left
force
over
feedback
crest,
on a
40.
graph,
4 left.
Soulwalker
Half
will
long.
understand
Don't
this.
cut.
It looks like a
40. 6
waveform,
right.
like a music
6 left.
music
80.
track, right?
Slowing. 5
Yeah.
right.
And
Tightens.
if
30.
everything is
1
all
left.
cranked up,
Half
it's
long.
just a big flat line on the top. And you know what
That's
that means.
distorted.
Yeah.
5 right.
It's all distorted, it's all mixed together, you can't tell what is what, there's no dynamic range. This is why I was suggesting that like you guys could do what I'm gonna do and go to R Factor 2 or BeamNG or any other game that will show you a force feedback graph while you're driving. AMS2 has one as well.
6 left.
And just make sure it's not sitting on the top line all the
5
time.
right short. 60.
You want
4
that
right.
dynamic range.
100.
It's the space in between the notes that counts just as much as the notes, right?
4 right, tightens, 40. 4 left, half long, 30. Lane 1 left, 70.
Oh, wow. I'm feeling better control since I've changed up my emitters on this one, the wheel.
Slowing, slight
Excellent.
left, long, 50.
But what I find is interesting is people
Keep in,
want the
70.
wheel to
Late,
some
3
people
left short.
want the wheel to be heavy all the time, but there's
And
one
6
case in
right,
point
80.
where you shouldn't feel anything at all, and that is when the car is sliding. There's no grip. So the lack of any weight should tell you, uh-oh, I don't have any grip.
Tightens 3, long. And 5 left, long. Tightens 1, keep in. And slide
My
right,
dad taught me how to
90.
drift in the ice
3 right.
when I was like 14. And the whole point was we could go really slow and we could do circles in the parking lot and do really slow. And then the car starts to slide out, and then he taught me how to turn into the slide.
2 right.
And we know how to do that now. We call it counter steering, right? I didn't even know what it was called back then, but I already knew how to do it. So when I was driving home with some friends when I was 17 or something, and we went up over this hill and there was some black ice, and the car started to spin out, and I just held the wheel nice and steady, and then when it stopped spinning, I just counter steered and it stopped.
And 6 left.
Like we did a 180 in the middle of the road, but we didn't go off the road because I just like was trained to, you know,
4 right
stop
short,
sliding.
30. 3 left left short, 60.
It's like nice and gentle. I didn't
5
stab
left,
the brakes. I
keep in.
didn't touch the gas. I just let the
And
wheel
4
relax,
right.
turn into the slide,
And
and
3
stop.
left, 30. 2
My
right
friend
short,
Tony,
60.
who was one of my racing friends back
5
in the day,
left,
he was like,
tightens,
"Oh
80.
no, oh no," and I'm like, "We're okay."
Slight left
And
short,
we stopped, and he's
180.
like, "How did you know we were okay?" And I was like, "Because my dad taught me how to do this."
Slight 6 left, very low, tightens, 340. 3 right, half long, 90.
Better to be trained
5
than
left, tightens.
find out
And
in
2
an
right
emergency
short,
that you're not
50.
trained.
2 left short, 30. Slight right, and 3 right short, 30. 4 left, opens, 30.
I always tell
4
people,
left,
don't do any
40.
street racing, don't do aggressive driving on the freeway. It's just a really bad place to do it because there's so many untrained drivers. People get angry and they'll do stupid stuff like cutting you off because they think you're going too fast and stuff. So just don't do it, right? But if you're trained in sim racing, there might be a case in point where you go get in a bad situation and your brain just does the right thing.
40,
You know,
square right,
you're not like thinking
long.
about it. Your brain just does the right thing, and that's a really good
60,
reason to
4
be trained on
left,
this stuff.
short over crest, 90. Slight right, extra long.
But yeah, not many people can
60.
tolerate a certain amount of vibrations into when they have their hands on the
Right
wheel.
short, over
So
crest,
it's very important
70,
to to adjust the feedback so you can
Okay, that's a 5 minute,
not put enough
43,
effort to to
0.
satirize all these vibrations.
Yeah, exactly. Like over compressing music, right? If everything's all at the top and it's all just a big flat line, you can't tell what's what. It's like the bass and the drums are all smeared together, and it just sounds like.
Not quite the start this team were imagining, but a great opportunity to improve on the upcoming
Right.
stages.
Aliens! All aliens!
I'm going to stream Rally for the next 2 hours, but after that, I am going to go over to some of these other games and look at the FFB settings. So if you guys want to come along for that or watch it later on the VODs or something like that, I'll show you more about what I'm talking about with the graphs. Graphs are really handy for this stuff. Aliens. Okay, now that I got my steering set up, I think I might mess with the car a little bit here. A little bit more brakes. Damping is fine. Springs are fine. Gears are good. Okay, here's a differential thing that I like to do. I actually put my preload pretty high so that the axle acts like kind of sticky until you do something with it, right? So when you're just driving along like neutral, you're not pressing the gas and you're not slowing down on engine braking. When the LSD says braking lock, this is a misnomer. This should actually say deceleration. This is engine braking. This is like when the axle is slowing down the differential. It's not when the brakes slow down the differential, because the brakes don't do anything to the differential. It's when the axle is slowing down the differential. So how locked do you want the rear axle when you let off the gas? Now, if you like it to be really heavy and steady in the back because you're driving like a muscle car, you could put this pretty high. So I like braking lock really low so that when I go into a corner and I let off the gas, the two wheels will do different speeds. And this can make it over-rotate. This can make it too wild in the back. It makes it over-rotate. So if you like a heavy axle feel, you should do something like this where you got like 60, 50, and 60. Personally, I like it a lot lighter, so I'm just going to discard that tuning, go back to what I was, which is 40, 27, 20. I only really like the axle to lock when I've got the car straight and I'm hitting the gas. All
Yeah,
the
it's
other
pretty high here.
Yeah, see, now we get into a taste thing, right? And so if you are really aggressive and you throw the car into the corners,
crest, 90,
you should
good luck.
definitely go by Joe Valla's stream
5,
sometime and
4,
get some differential
3,
information
2,
from him.
1,
Because
go.
he can
Into
tell you
crest,
how to drive a car
slowing,
freaking
90,
sideways.
three
He's
left,
like the
40,
drift master,
right
you
short,
know?
into 6 right, 100.
A reasonable preload, a low braking
right
lock,
over
and a
crest,
high
110.
acceleration lock is kind of the way
4
that
left
you
over crest,
do
long,
a differential
70.
setup for drifting.
5 left, half long, 40. Slight right, 50. 5 left short, slowing, 90. Lead 3 right, long, tightens.
Be more aggressive on the diff if it was like Central
80.
Europe. There's a
2
lot of
left,
curves here.
don't cut, 50. 2
What I
right,
find with really
half long,
curvy locations, if your differential is too tight, it makes the
50,
back end
right, 1 left,
hard to turn.
30.
If the back end's hard to turn, it's because the
3
two
right,
tires
very
are
low,
fighting
tightens.
against each other.
50.
And if the tires are fighting against each other, one of them's going to
left,
lose, and it's always the inside wheel. So if the inside wheel
130.
loses, and the outside wheel makes it skip, now
Slight
you're only
right,
gripping
slowing,
on one
70.
wheel,
Caution,
right?
left over
So if you want to go
crest.
around a corner
and 4
tightly,
right, long,
quickly,
tightens.
you want your wheels to be able to go
And
separate
slight right,
speeds.
long, 60. 6 left, 50. 5 right,
But yeah, I
over
set the
crest,
difference so pretty high on the
60.
Stratos.
1 left.
Yeah, on the
Very
Stratos,
long.
absolutely, absolutely. That one's so dependent on the
And 6
axle
left,
being
long.
nice and steady because of
40.
mid-engine.
Yeah.
6 right,
That's a really, really good point. Is you're going to take totally different differential settings for a mid-engine versus a front engine.
Lead 4 right, long, 40.
On the Stratos, I set very high
3
too.
left,
I put the
opens.
acceleration all the way to the
6
top.
left, long.
I put the deceleration just barely below that,
50.
and I put the preload at like 85%.
100.
All very heavy.
5 right, tightens. 60.
Yeah, I've just lowered it just a click.
5 left.
Just to
Razor
have a
speed,
feeling.
30. 2 right, 60. 3 left.
Same kind of
don't
thing
cut,
on the
50.
037 too.
3 right, keep in. Into 2 left. Half long, opens, 30.
Then on tarmac, where you got a lot of grip,
Square
you can end up
right,
fighting the
half
axle. So I will sometimes lower the deceleration or braking lock.
2
I wish they wouldn't call it
half
braking
long,
lock.
don't
That's
cut,
like an old
30,
English name
right
for it.
short, and 1
They should
left,
call it limited
60.
slip deceleration
4 right short,
because it's engine braking.
and lead 4 left, 90. 2 right, 60. 2 left, half long. 70, 4 right, 90. 6 left, 100. 6 left, over bump,
I can
40,
definitely feel that
slowing,
my
5 right, long,
rear diff is
tightens,
fairly
and
loose,
junction,
and
50.
so I'm having to keep control of it with my braking. It could be
Right
tighter,
short, into 6
but then
left,
it just goes
slowing,
so
50,
easily around
6
hairpins
right, and
in this
hairpin
kind of
left,
setting.
opens and tightens,
I don't even really have to use a
40,
handbrake in this
5
car.
right,
I just
slowing,
brake,
70.
I'm
let off
ready
the
using
brake.
it.
Sorry?
5
I'm
left
ready
short,
using the handbrake now.
and 3 right short,
Yeah, right.
don't cut, and 5 left, 80.
Never used a handbrake on rear-wheel drive
2
cars.
right,
Yeah, you don't
tightens,
usually
80.
have to. Only if you just like you're in the corner and you run out of steering.
And 5 right, tightens, and slight
I
left.
can toss into the in the curb and just drift it, and it goes very nice.
30,
Yeah,
slight
awesome.
right, into 3 left,
I think that's where it's
tightens,
at right there, is to
30.
be able to feel it
2
out.
right, opens,
Yeah.
90.
Because for me, driving rally cars is not a matter of memorizing stages or wheel inputs or anything like that. I do it all by feel.
Slowing, 6 left.
Same way I play drums or play guitar, I just do it all by feel.
4 left, 60.
Even when I'm DJing, I go by the feeling.
Yeah.
5 right short, don't cut.
Just get in that
70,
creative state
slight
where
right, very long. 50.
you're not trying to control everything. You're just going with
4
the
left
flow.
short, narrows,
Exactly.
and open hairpin right.
That's the best stuff too. When it comes to
And 5
music.
right, 70. Late 5 left, long.
I'm getting less lack of coordination on my driving now since I've
Late
changed
right,
parameters on the wheel.
240.
Yeah,
I'm
excellent.
feeling a better, way better control of my H pattern, the west shift.
I love doing the H pattern
5
rear
right
wheel
short,
drive here
40. 4 right
This is
short,
a great
and
location for
hairpin
it.
left.
because there's so many bumps and
50,
undulations
6
and
left short,
hairpins.
120.
You really got to get good at like throwing the weight around, you know.
Yeah, I think I got first place overall for this. I just needed maybe this
Nice.
overall time.
60, slide left, 70.
Excellent.
Let's hope.
4 right, 50. Finish.
Can't wait to see the results, man.
And hairpin left.
Oh man, that was way better
that's
control.
a 5 minute.
I've removed the wheel
41.8.
friction, put it to 10, self-aligning torque to 110. Engine I've added a bit more, and the feeling like I'm not dropping a sweat at all.
Awesome. All right, motivate. Excellent, man. Posted a link in the ACR channel of the Discord with the update blog. Let's check it out.
Okay, let's go. When was this posted to be? Let me check.
Yeah.
When was this posted? Oh,
Hey, there you go. Hey, you see that, Freitas?
sorry, no, I'm looking at what Motivate put in the Discord. Sorry.
Okay, it's okay, no problem.
This was today. This was today, okay? This was today. I have to read this later. Okay, right on. Sorry, what were you saying, DJ Soul Walker?
I managed to beat Big Junior.
Oh, right on.
Nice.
Yeah.
You guys are close there too. 5'9". Very nice. Looks like he lost 5 seconds in split 2. Otherwise, you guys were side by side the whole time.
Hmm.
He probably spun out. What happened, Big Junior? Did you spin out? There's a 5-second difference there. I can only assume something happened.
Well,
Yeah,
I crashed.
something happened.
Spun out. I knew it. I knew it. That's about 5 seconds worth of spin right there.
Man, Big Junior is fast.
Yes, he is.
He's one of the fastest Portuguese I know.
Okay, now we're going to do some gravel in the 97 through 2011s, the 2000 cc's classic rally cars we all know and love. And this should
We
be
have a deep love for the
Finland.
98 IMPREZA.
Finland.
Finland.
Okay, so yeah, I gotta take the last Subaru.
I'm going to take the one that I'm used to, the GC Subaru.
Yeah, me too.
Big Junior, even if with the lot hours that I have in this game, in my real game, and this one, I don't memorize stuff because my
Hello
memory is
and
crap. So
welcome to the final round of
I think
the
in rally, it's
here
good
at
not to worry
Sector
about
Rally
memorization
Finland.
and just
Before we
work on
get underway,
techniques.
we should probably have a look at what
It
the
is a
weather
video
has in store
game,
for
and
the
so
crews this
eventually people are
weekend.
going to
There will
memorize
be
it
familiar
anyway.
territory.
But in rally and the real world, even if you're doing the same stage every year, the surface is going to be different. The time of day is going to be different. Your car is going to be different. You're going to be different, right? So you can be like, oh, I remember this section, so you're not lost, right? But it's not going to be like, I'm going to use this much gas and this much brake and this much steering input. Like, it's always you know, drive to the conditions of the road that day. And like, there could be different ruts, there could be different rocks, there could be, you know, you're in a different position in the starting order, right? There's so many dynamics. Memorizing the track on racing, on like track racing, circuit racing, still makes sense, but also you can have cold days, hot days, wet days, you know, hot tires, cold tires, different cars, you know? So it's like, you know the track, you know, but you're still driving to the conditions. I think we do this thing as gamers, all of us, so this is not like toward anybody in particular, this includes me, is we drive the same thing so many times that we actually start memorizing the physical, like the how much steering, how much brake, and you know where you can cut and all this kind of stuff. But in the real world, that's like, you don't cut a blind corner just because you've done this stage rally a whole bunch of times. You could die that way, you know? Like, you really got to listen to the co-driver and pay attention to what you're doing. And always, like, I've talked to my friends who do real rally, they always drive a little less than 100%, just in case. You know, just a little bit of extra. On video games, we don't do that. We never drive like that. We always drive 110%, right?
That's where early shifting comes in handy.
Yeah, exactly. I try to listen to the co-driver and not memorize the stage. Like, I'm training myself to listen to the co-driver, so it doesn't matter where I am, I can just trust the co-driver's got my back. Maybe not so true on video games, but just, you know, generally speaking, that is how rally is done.
Go 6 right over crest, long, and 5 left, short over crest. Don't cut, 260 over bumps.
I got so sick of the stages on Dirt Rally 2, honestly. There weren't enough stages, and it was hard not to memorize stuff. That, to me, got really annoying. You're not even listening to the co-driver, you just know the whole stage. And that takes, like, the whole rally experience out of it. The best part about rally is that the road is like, you do a recce, right? You get your pace notes, you go out there with your co-driver and you write down all the pace notes. Those change every year.
And you don't do those wrecking with your rally car, usually with a road car.
Yeah.
I mean the regulations on the FIA, so FIA. So.
Yeah, that's what they do here. Is everybody does with the recce car. I don't know if there's any problem with doing your stage car. I have no idea about that. But that's what my friend Jacob does. Is he drives in a different car. This year he'll be driving an SUV, a Ford Escape SUV. Is his recce car. It's his parents' old vehicle that they just gifted to Izzy and Jacob so that they have a daily driver. That's going to be their recce car now.
Small crest, 90.
More than enough. It's a road car, so
it's like, once you get your pace notes, now you are you're out there on the stage, you got your pace notes, and you're getting warmed up in the car for the day, right? Because you don't know how the stage is going to feel, you don't know how much gravel is going to be there. Like, even if you went there last year, there could be a different amount of gravel, different amount of mud, there could be big rocks, there could be logs on the side of the road. You know, they always have the people that drive through, they call the sweeps. So the safety guys, they go through and they make sure there's no problems and all the spectators are out of the way, and they come through going honk, 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 stage is going hot, stay the hell off the stage unless you want to die, right? And then the first car goes through. The first car has the most gravel to deal with, right? So they're going through and they're sweeping all of the extra surface layers off of it. And then when you go through in the middle, that's like the prime optimal. Like when we make these rally lobbies and we set it to optimal, that's what it's like. Like you're not the sweeping car, you're not the beginning car, and then when we play on max degradation, that's what it's like when you're at the back, when everybody else has gone through before you, and now there's fucking ruts everywhere. That's what max degradation is supposed to be like. So when you put it on the... Go ahead.
You know that just because of talking about the sweep cars, in the FIA regulations, you have three sweeping cars. So you have the 000, you have the 00, and then you have the 0. So how does this work? So the 3 zeros goes with, not going fast, it's just going slow with somebody from the police, somebody from the FIA, and they go seeing if everybody is well positioned, if the spectators, if there is anything wrong with the road, going slowly, and saying to everybody put in a good position, all those things, and if not, and if people refuse, they can even say, okay, this stage is not going to be done. For instance, there's too many people if there's too many people in a corner and they're not very well positioned, or in a place that it's not authorized to be people, all those things, I think the stage could be not. I'm trying to annihilate it. Annihilate it is the correct word, probably not. I don't know. Cancelled, so it can be cancelled, the stage. Then, okay, if everything is in order, they go through, and then after that you have the 00. The 00 is with a rally driver that is not competing, usually, and with somebody from the organization, it goes a little bit more faster to see if the road is okay, if everything is okay, everybody is well positioned, and if the road is in very good conditions to go. And then the 0, he doesn't care about anything of those. He just goes fast, fast, fast. So everybody watching the stage knows that in the next minute will come the first driver.
Yeah, okay? So the 0 car is a full speed test.
Yes, that's how it works. That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. And out here, usually the 0 car is somebody that has done stage rally before.
Yeah, so it does the job of the 0 in FIA regulations 0 car, so it's the same thing.
Yeah, it's usually a very experienced driver that does that one.
Yeah, he has to be, because he doesn't go on, very fast rally speed. He's not doing the stage, but he's going fast. He's not going slow.
Yeah, like fast enough to be testing, right?
Exactly.
6 left, over small jump, 70, slight right over jump. And slight left, over lump, 80.
Left onto the car now.
Over jump, 50.
Oh wow!
Short, tightens over
I lost the front fender and door. And left door. Holy shit.
And sometimes you even have, before those all zeros going, you even have a police car going first, an organization car that is not characterized as organization going through.
Into crest, 100 to stop.
Exactly, really. That does happen. Let's not say that doesn't happen IRL, because it does happen. You cannot have a steward on every single part of the stage. It's impossible. It's impossible to have. You have stewards, yes, on the most hard turns, or the turns that it's impossible. But sometimes, but sometimes you have people crossing the road while the cars are passing. Believe it or not, sometimes that does happen. Because, I'm talking only about Madeira, because that's the only reality that I know. it's a party. People have lots of beer, so sometimes they get a little bit crazy and they cross the road. So yeah, but it is what it is. You can't have us do it on every single centimeter of the rally stage. It's impossible.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things where they're trying to pander to. Oh, just a minute, Plow. They're trying to pander to people going, I remember when Group B had people all over the stage and that was awesome. But like the FIA is like, no, that's not awesome. That's how people die. That's how rally gets banned in those locations. That's how people come back to the stage service area with fingers in their car, like fingers that have been ripped off, stuck in the panel of the car, right? But what we see on ACR is people that are running out, trying to take a picture, and then getting out of the way. So maybe what they ought to do is put media vests on those people. And I have noticed some of them are. But if you put a media vest on a person, they've signed a waiver that says, I'm going to try to get pictures and I know how to get the hell out of the way. And they're not just a regular person, right? So like maybe just to make that really clear to everybody, they should have media vests on those guys. And on a lot of them there are, but not all of them, right?
Yeah. Because the media has, they have vests where it is very identified that this is media, and there are certain spots that is only reserved for the media guys. So not everybody can go there. So yeah, I think they should do that in game as well, because yeah, if they want to be like that game. Not only people in Portugal, Big Junior, you're 90% correct, but it was not the only reason. That was not.
There was
that was
a lot
the
of
end
cases.
of it.
Yeah.
The first reason was the accident. I'm trying to remember the name of the driver, but it was in Italy, if I'm not mistaken.
Well,
That killed one of the Group B.
Henry Toivonen.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That was the accident where him and his co-driver got killed, burned inside the car. So that's where, and it didn't start there. It's been starting because the drivers were saying this is getting more difficult and difficult and difficult because of spectators, because of the cars not safe enough, all those things.
And if you guys watch the documentary on that, Henry was sick and falling asleep at the wheel because he had a fever. So that's like
exactly.
Is the pressure of performing well in a rally so important that you do it while you're ill? Because in this case now they say, no, if you're ill, you need to stop driving. Because otherwise you don't want people passing out at the wheel, you know.
In Portugal, that it was, you know, like the cup was full, and that was the single drop that dropped into the cup, and the water just came out, and the driver said, no, this is it for us, sorry, we're not going to run, you can cut our wages, whatever you want to do, but we're not going to go anymore in these conditions into the road. Unfortunately, it was in Portugal, but well, it is what it is. And it was a Portuguese driver in a Group B car. It was not one of the official, you know, teams. It was a Portuguese driver with a Ford Jesus, not Ford Focus. Ford 200 or 2000.
RS200.
Yeah, the RS200.
RS200 that had the accident. Yo, Solon!
Hello.
And it was a fault in the car. It was not a fault in the driver. It was a fault in the brakes of the car.
Yep, that can happen too. And that's a really good reason not to stand in front of rally cars, even though you like them.
65 right short.
It was a fault in the brakes or the steering. Now I'm really not exactly sure of all the boats. But it was a fault in a mechanical thing in the car that caused the accident.
Yeah, that could definitely happen.
Short and 6 left into
So exciting news as of 11 a.m. They put out information about the next version of the setup course of Rally.
We were just talking about that, but go ahead. What do you know?
I just can't. Sorry, I was doing work and I came back in. I realized it had just come out at 11, so I figured you guys hadn't read it yet.
What do you know? We only glanced over it. We haven't read it yet either.
It says Col de Turini, Legendary Mountain Stage,
Call the 3 nice.
Cisteron,
Carlo, okay.
Cisteron, had Alpine stages. So it looks like it's going to be like winter tracks too.
Excellent. Monty in winter. Well, Monty's always winter, right? Like, I remember we always used to say, wouldn't it be cool if we do Monty in the summer? And then I remember one single year, 1996, where there was mostly dry tarmac in Monte Carlo. I don't think that's a typical thing, so it makes sense if it would be winter.
They're also giving you back the 1970 Lancia Fulvia Coupe HF.
Nice.
And then
Fulvia.
And then the 2022 Skoda Fabia.
Skoda!
Okay, that was announced already. Nice. Okay.
Dynamic weather.
Dynamic
what
weather.
about
Nice.
dynamic weather? I think we have already, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, dynamic weather's built into the game, but knowing that it's available on that location, that's great.
Okay.
The snow can turn on and off, right?
Yeah, it says it can go from snow to tarmac and back to snow again. It says as far as we're aware, we're the first rally game to feature a dynamic snowy condition.
So it's going to be like realistic thing. Nice.
So meaning the snow coming down from the sky can affect the surface directly in a dynamic way so that different people, different competitors will get different surface conditions. Great. Excellent. Because that's how it is. Sometimes people are like, it's not fair, it was snowing on my run. You go, well, it could have happened to you, you know. I mean, it could have been the other way around, you know. It could have been the other way around. That's part of rally.
Unfortunately, that's the real thing. That's how it happens.
And that's why you got to look at a championship like the whole year. That's a championship.
Yeah, and also going,
Not about one stage being completely optimal and dry and perfect grip and no cars, you know, in the way and no reason to slow down and no mechanical failures. Like, that's all part of rally.
exactly. And going to, once again, to what I know, Madeira rallies, we usually don't have that much rain here in Madeira, but all the rallies are up in the mountains, and up in the mountains sometimes it rains just a little bit. It makes the soil more moister, the tarmac a little bit moister as well. So because they are under the trees. And in the morning stages also, usually the tarmac is wet, all those things, and you don't have service on every other stage, so tires on tarmac, especially here in Madeira, is very hard, because the tarmac is very grippy, but when it's wet, it's gotten very slippy.
Yeah, right, because it spends a lot of time in the sun and not being wet, right?
Yeah, and also the parts that are under the trees are completely wet. So the morning stages, depending on the time you're going out, you know.
Yeah.
It can be wet for the first guys and dry for the guys in the end of the leaderboard or in the middle, it doesn't matter. So the tire choice is very important.
And not to mention road surface temperature in the morning versus the afternoon.
Exactly, that as well. So that's why usually the services are mainly after 3 to 4 stages, and I'm talking only about the regional championship. We usually have 6 to 8 stages only in each rally. So you have service after 3 stages usually, and then the other 3 is in the afternoon. Or if you have 8, so you can have 3 stages service, 1 more service, and then you will have the others the same way, but in the afternoon. So yeah, it makes it a bit It's not easy. And it's not exactly the same conditions for everybody.
Short,
Unfortunately.
70.
Okay, so the question on everybody's mind,
6 left, slowing.
because we've had some of that information already told to us, what cars and what stages. When?
Turn square right, short.
When?
That's the $1 million question.
But at the same time, if the guys are listening, if the devs are listening, don't rush it out just because people want it now. Just do it right. Just do it right.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the pressure of people being impatient. Just we want it right. Because ultimately, sooner and shit is totally pointless. I want it right. You know?
I know that the developers are watching everybody that is streaming the game. I'm not saying that they are watching mine, but I know some other big streamers.
Well,
more
at
than
this
I
point,
am.
they can watch all the streams because they can just have the AI bots scan for it. You know?
Yep.
Like,
So they
because
know-
AI can watch channels at lightning speed, right? So
Yeah.
they'll just watch
They
all
know
the
that,
VODs.
For instance, in Twitch, it's dropping. It's dropping a little bit in Twitch, the streams of the game, but in TikTok, it's going the other way around. But that's not because of the game. It's because of the platform, how it's done. It's because those short videos in the position of a phone, you know, that thing. It's because of that. So. But still,
I'll be back,
they
guys.
know how it's going and they know the community is eager for that. But yeah, like Nate said, come on, don't rush it, guys. Please just do it right. Just do it
Yeah,
right.
basically, don't rush it out just because some people are like impatient and screaming on the internet about it. Take the advice and the opinions of the people who are like teaching people how to race cars. Okay, I'm like on the beginner level of that, you know, so I don't mean me. I mean, like, if we've got rally legends out there that are driving the game and they say, it's not quite ready yet, then don't release it. You know, make sure the true rally legends out there that are playing that game are happy with it, then release it. Because we do not need another Forza. We don't. We do not need another Forza. There's plenty of Forza. Forza is out there. It's for fun. It's not that big of a deal. It's all just for fun. What we need is a rally simulator. Okay, I've got to run some parts up to my dad because he's having a contractor come by. I'll be back in just a minute.
Okay. Extend the timer. Oh, we did. Okay. You did it.
It did say that it's scheduled to come out the end of the month.
The end of the end of the month. The end of the month. It's the end of the month. Sylvan is like, you know, not getting a compromise, you know, because if it doesn't come exactly at the end of the month, it's all good.
Oh, no wonder why Nate is running his wheel only at 5 Newton meters with wheel rotation speed at 100. Holy crap. I'm looking at his setting because I took pictures. I was like, hold on a sec. Let me try how Nate says it. I'm going to drop mine down to 5 because normally I run mine at max force and then I turn it down a game.
And I have to try this. I think I got the settings okay now on the pit house of Moza wheelbase, but I need to try the same settings on the Assetto Corsa Rally because I have it a little bit different.
Gotcha.
But I need to try them out to see if there's a difference in games. Stone Boy, now you gotta do it. Thank you for the lyrics, Stone Boy. So yeah, I want it. I want it. I want it. Want it. Want it. That should okay. Now I know why it didn't show up on the okay.
All right, I'm back.
Yeah. Welcome back. We're just waiting for Mr. Nate. So call the Turini. It will only be this stage, Celine.
What?
Call the Turini is only. It's going to be the only stage in Monty, or they are going to do.
No, there was
more?
something. What was it?
Oh, Sisteron. Welcome back, Nate.
Yes, it's right.
So
Okay,
on
Sisteron.
my steering wheel settings, I'm still experimenting. So nobody take this literally just yet. When I say that I think I'm done, then I'll share it in the Discord. I'm trying the wheel rotation speed maxed out because my drifter friends say in order to do self-steering counter steer where you let go of the wheel and it comes back to neutral, you want the wheel rotation speed maxed out. But I'm only running max torque at 5.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I realized why you're only running 5 because with wheel rotation speed at 100, otherwise it'll take your fucking thumbs off.
Yeah,
That's
totally.
that's what they call inertia here, because they separate this. They have here in the Moza pit house.
But we have mechanical inertia on ours as well, but
We have 4 different settings on the inertia, and one of them is for. It says that it's more accurate to do the. The one you were saying. Oh shit, man, my brain is completely destroyed today. Jesus.
There's so many, right?
No, the drifting. Jesus.
Yeah.
The drifting.
Okay, so in order to not confuse myself as I test out all of these settings, I turned off mechanical damper, mechanical friction, and mechanical inertia. I'm not using any of that stuff yet. I probably will add it back though. So these are all at 0, but that's probably not where it's going to be eventually.
Despite that,
Yeah, I have 0 friction, 0 inertia natural or natural inertia, whatever. I also put that all the way down. And then I work with the other things in there that probably is doing the right job.
A question.
But yeah,
So Walker?
go ahead.
Yeah, do you guys know a certain difference with tire friction and tire slip?
Yes.
Yes.
Slip is when it slides off angle, like when the wheel goes torque steer. That's slip. So how hard is it going to pull out of your hands when the car torque steers? If anybody has information about that or information to the contrary, feel free to say something.
I think the tire slip in rally. You only talked about those 2 things. I think in rally the tire slip, in my opinion, okay, you can feel it, but I cannot feel the tire not friction. What was the other word? Sorry.
Tire friction, tire slip.
Tire friction. So the tire friction, yes, I cannot notice it, but the tire slip, yes. So I don't know if it's something that I have not tuned correctly on the Moza Pit House software, or it's just me that doesn't notice it. So
it's my understanding that those things are opposite effects. So tire friction is when you're feeling the weight of the car while you're going around the corner. It's how much side load on the tire, right? And then if it slips, it goes the other way. It goes out of the corner.
Oh, okay,
It goes away from the corner. So like if you're turning and it slips, like it turns too hard or it doesn't turn enough, right? It's the counter to the tire
slight leftover
friction.
correct.
Oh, so it was a
Good
bad
luck.
interpretation of mine. Okay, so
5,
yeah, now I can feel
3,
that. My wheel starts shaking a little bit when with the tire friction. Yeah.
40, 3 right.
Well, I'm gonna have to give up on the music, guys. I don't know why it keeps stopping. Discord keeps telling me that it's your Spotify now.
100, turn.
It actually feels pretty good.
Opens forward
Good morning,
and
good
slight
afternoon,
right.
Hey, Nikki.
Turn right, 30.
Look
Crest and
But
3
yeah, I've
right.
been,
Good afternoon.
going on information from, Joe is my old friend. I've known him longer than the barrel rollers have existed, and he knows all about self-steer. He's the drift guy, right? And then I've been going on information from my other friends who drive real rally cars, who also are on DD bases, like Alex. And then Mike, my friend Mike, has the exact same wheelbase as me, and we almost always tune our cars the same way. So I've been getting advice from him too. So it's like this mishmash of trying to find the right settings for me, and just sharing what I'm learning as I go along too, because I don't know everything. That's one of the best things about life, is not knowing everything. Because if you ran out of shit to learn, you'd be bored, right? So, like, honestly, it should always be open to like absorbing new information. So what are you using? What are you using, Nikki? What do you like for tire slip versus tire friction?
In like game settings?
Yeah, in the game settings. What do you like on tire friction versus tire slip?
I don't even remember what I have. I just kind of read what Rain Dancer had, and then kind of poked in a little bit to reference, and that's where we stopped.
I go off rain settings a lot too, so that's a good barometer. See, Rain has an understanding of real cars too. That's why I like his advice.
Tire friction at 10 and tire slip at 45.
Small jump and slight
Cool.
left.
So I've always done
So
tire
40,
friction at about 30
slight right, 80.
because that's like side load. And then I noticed on games like BeamNG, you can actually exaggerate the tire slip. And if you do that, it feels weird to me. It's like the tire slip is heavier than the tire side load. And that feels strange. Like torque steer is stronger than turning. Like that's weird to me. I like them to be even. I like it to be like you're gripping, you're going around the corner, you got your tire friction, and you can feel the tire digging into the road. And then if it doesn't, like if it loses grip, it goes the other way. But you don't want the other way to be stronger. That would be weird, right? I like them on my settings. And every game gives different amounts of those input values, right? So that's where like the wheelbase settings do start to make sense to me.
Really good run.
Doing okay until I wasn't. Yeah, it was a good run.
21.9.
So I have
I
to
keep
check
knocking at the door. Who's not answering the door?
Well, we're both driving.
Easy, girl. Easy. I'm down there.
Here's what I
Somebody
did
was faster than I was.
for my steering wheel so far. So I've set tire friction and tire slip both at 90, and I'm feeling okay with that.
Let's start with what's your wheelbase?
There we go.
G923.
Okay, so
With true front
G923, which is definitely a lot less power than a DD, but the ratio between the two settings makes perfect sense. You've got them both at 90, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tire friction and tire slip for me are at 50 on both.
So I have to check mine because I really.
Yeah, I guess on DDs
What I have.
you need no lower parameters. Less than us.
Yeah, just because there's so much more power, we can run everything at the lower. But it's all about the ratio, right?
So
I can only do so many
talking
things at
about
once.
the tire friction, what do you guys have? Nate, what do you have on tire friction?
50 on tire friction, 50 on slip.
50. I had 70.
I have
Because
my
I said had
so
because
first
I'm
off,
changing.
First off, we have to understand the fundamental self-aligning torque is the master volume on your FFB in the game. I have
Yep.
self-aligning torque at 40.
I have it at 50. So
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and my tire friction is at 50 and 50.
tire friction 50 and tire. Well, I have to go. Tire
Let's turn
slip,
up
you have
tires.
it at 50 as well?
Yeah, 50 and 50.
Okay, I just want to do one more stage because I have to go.
Okay.
My alarm just started. Well, not that I'm sad because I'm going to do a little bit of gym practice with my wife.
Yeah,
cycling
just
to be
on to the
more
next bit.
flexible.
Yep. Oh man,
But,
my game's not loading. It's just sitting here.
Mine's
Mine
still in
too.
too.
Oh man. I hope
Mine
it
is doing
catches
the
up
same.
eventually.
But
Yeah,
There it goes. Woo.
since Nikki just came here, I can raid her. So
Yeah, Raid Nikki.
See, it's nothing. It's EA things.
not that she deserves, but okay, I'll do the same.
That might have been somebody choosing their car who's just coming into the game. Because, you know, it'll give them time to choose cars before they go into service area. But, yeah.
It might have been my fault. It was only giving me a countdown after I picked my car. I didn't see anything beyond that, so
Nikki's fault. I'm not gonna raid Nikki then. Okay, Nikki's fault. Nate, I'm gonna raid you.
Freitas
then
was
do
just
whatever
looking
you
for an
want.
excuse to not raid me. You know, he's like anybody but Nikki. I don't want to talk to the Canadian.
Well,
No,
just say,
no.
all you
I've been
guys should
talking-
raid Nikki because I'm going to go play with track racing after this. So keep it in the rally.
See,
thing.
our route we're being treated, Nikki.
Well,
It's not because you're Canadian. It's because you're too fast, you freaking aliens.
I've been talking to a
If you
Canadian.
want to raid
which
the
is
alien,
last
raid
up.
Soulwalker. I just work here. Anyway, I also have to do a Great White North challenge this stage because Zane's blew his wad of points immediately as soon as I started.
Okay, let's go.
In the early days of online gaming in the late 90s on Xbox XBL, before it was Xbox Live, there was like a third-party software that we would use to play Xbox together online through our PCs. But we used to really poke fun at our Canadian friends, but we were not being serious. We were not being serious. We would call it Little America, but that was just to get under their skin, you know? Like we're not being
Starts
serious
slight
whatsoever.
left,
Now I
50,
see like
good
people
luck.
that are actually serious, like, oh,
5,
Canada,
4,
weirdo, blah, blah,
3,
blah. And I'm just like,
2,
oh man, it's gone too far. It was a
Slight
joke.
left,
It was a
50,
joke.
crest,
Now it's gone too
150.
far. So, you know. I think if you don't know the people personally, definitely don't be poking at them, you know? Like, good spirited jests take rapport.
Nikki,
30.
what the hell is wrong with your head?
I like that.
This is Zane's fault.
It's Zane's fault, okay.
He wanted a Great White North challenge right off the hop, so
There we go.
Duke admits straight away.
Right on, Zane. You're the man.
He didn't even wait to see if it was going to be a long stage or anything.
Well, I shouldn't start talking this way because I still have my hats on. I mean,
Yeah,
you know,
you still have
if
hats
anyone-
available. There's all sorts of hats that somebody
so,
can
yeah.
spam in Freitas' channel.
No, shit, no.
You mean I could redeem a hat sandwich on him?
Yep, hat sandwich.
No, you cannot, because I'm leaving.
With cowboy
He's
sauce?
leaving. It's too late. Yeah.
Sorry, bye.
Yeah, when I had him with all the hats plus the cowboy hat on the top,
Okay,
that's
now
how
this
people were
is
coming
next
into
semester.
Freitas' channel, being like, "What the fuck is going on?" He's lost it.
Okay, the changes in the game also made it much better. I can feel more stuff here now.
Excellent. I still wish this game had an FFB graph so we could see what it's really doing.
That would be more precise.
Dylan, is there any way to get an FFV readout on this game, like on SimHub or something?
5 left, slowing 60.
I think so. I don't think there's a way to view the raw graph that comes out of it.
No, right. Now, that's why I was going to switch to some games that do offer that, so I can judge it. AMS2's got one, R Factor 2 has got one, BeamNG's got one.
I know iRacing has that Myra app, the Marvin's awesome iRacing app or whatever, and it shows you, like, it can map out each vehicle and, like, where the slip angles are and everything.
Ooh, that's super handy.
Yeah, you basically put it on a circular track and it goes in a circle and just basically tests every angle.
That's super cool. Okay, that might be worth me getting iRacing just to do that.
You can use my account, I don't care. I never use it.
Well, I got my own account. I even emailed them and said, hey, I want my actual stream name to be my account. And they're like, yeah, that's cool. So I have one, but I appreciate that. But more or less, you know, I just don't play it because I can't dedicate that much time to track racing. It's just a little too formal for me, you know?
Okay. I want to be able to pick it up and put it down when I want to, not be beholden to it.
Yeah, the whole schedule thing, it's nice, but, you know, my scheduled days are Sunday rallies.
Yeah.
Everything else is, if I feel like it, I might race.
Puputa, thank you very much for the sub. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Very nice.
Thank you very much for that, man.
All right, there you go, Zaints. I have been Great White Northed.
I really have to go. I really apologize to everybody.
Later, buddy.
Later, Fraser.
It's not so bad. He's gonna start crying in a minute.
See you on the weekend, Freitas.
Not really, because my wife. Yeah, I cannot say anymore. But yeah, I'm not crying, but I'm going.
Probably best to leave it there.
Cheers, guys. Have a good one.
Later, bro.
Have a good one, P2.
Not coming, but going.
Okay, so here's something to think about. Mechanical inertia. Adjust the amount of inertia applied to the steering wheel shaft. Higher values simulate a heavier wheel, giving it more momentum and allowing it to spin longer when released. I think if your wheel doesn't spin as fast as you'd like when you're like drifting and you're letting it self-steer to neutral so you can counter steer real easy, this might be something worth adding, but I don't feel the need to add it. I feel like the self-steer is adequate right now.
Yeah.
Apologies if I'm retreading old ground, guys, but I know like for rallycross, drifting, Simagic is kind of the most popular base because that is something they very much take into consideration compared to some of the other manufacturers.
Ooh,
So
that's awesome.
it doesn't surprise me that that's like the kind of parameters that they tend to emphasize.
Yeah, that's cool.
I know like each brand kind of has their own thing that they try to emphasize. I know like Fanatec as of late has been trying to have like smaller granularity, like all of the fine details in things like road texture, whether it be tarmac or gravel. I think Conspit is they're really focused on like less, not so much about like raw power, but things like your like response rates and whatnot to make it like really feel like you have the genuine steering rack in your hand. And everybody's got all sorts of things like that they focus on specifically.
Well, then I lucked out because I just got a really good deal from Hammer Down on this wheelbase because I wasn't going for anything in particular. Hammer just saw me suffering on the TSPX or CSXW, and he was like, "Do you want to buy my old wheelbase? It's just sitting in the closet collecting dust." And I was like, "Dude, yes." And so this is really just happenstance or luck that I got this one that seems to be really good at neutral self-steer. That's what I call it. But in cars that have high caster angle, when you let go of the wheel goes straight. And that's a thing that happens in real cars, like the autocross stuff that I've done for years. when you let off the gas and you let off the wheel goes straight. And this is what I'm feeling now. And I feel like it's very, very useful here.
Actually, Zanes, on that note, no, I have a Fanatec, and I don't have any plans on selling my Fanatec for Simagic, right? Like, you do have to somewhat pick your poison, but at the same time, you know, like, don't, you know, I tend to tell people, don't go shitting on other people's wheelbases because, you know, they're like, the shoe might be on the other foot one day.
Yeah, this is
Or
always,
some
to
people-
me, just like speakers. You know, you can get a good neutral setting on your speakers and you can do good mixes. It's always a matter of understanding how that reference reflects the real world.
Is the Fanatec software gotten better, Nikor? I remember seeing that they had like a whole new UI or something. Has it gotten better?
They merged the two apps into one, and it's improved things. It's improved things a lot. There's less worrying about the going to the driver for one thing, going to FanLab for the other thing, and like being at cross purposes and whatnot. Most of it's a little bit together, but you can tell there are still holdovers from when they were doing everything at the seat of their pants when everything was still run by Thomas Jackermeyer versus now with Corsair, everybody has to talk to each other.
Yeah.
It's not that early days of Apple levels of chaos. We're busy innovating while also simultaneously not being particularly useful to anyone.
Yeah. That I feel like some companies get so big that they just naturally go to that anyway, no matter what you do.
Yeah, totally. And until you, look at the data on the other side and say, how much of this is just adding buttons to shit, and how much is stuff that people are actually saying, yes, we love this.
3, 2, 1.
We're just chasing what one of the new vendors has been putting out in their marketing material. We gotta combat that one thing that one vendor does because they're killing us on that one thing, even though there's a 5% of the market share that actually uses that thing.
Yeah, like listening to that one screaming dude on a freaking YouTube comment and then changing your entire business structure because of that one guy. That's a bad idea.
I mean, I know where they ran into their problems is they were expanding beyond what their infrastructure was able to hold. So when Corsair came along and we can fill that, but we want to own you, which of all the major tech companies, they tend to, anything they acquire, they generally leave them alone in such that they're do what you do best, and we'll just give you the infrastructure to do it, as opposed to others, which will just we're going to absorb you and tear out your soul and
change everything just for the sake of it. Corsair's good, man. I like them.
And
gotta be lean and clean, you know.
Yep.
And one thing I'll kind of give them credit for is they were really focusing on let's clean up the software, because that's the criticism that a lot of people have. Let's clean up the the logistics of shipping and the RMA process and better communication and all that stuff. And there was one thing that I get why Thomas Jackermeyer did it, in that he wanted Fanatec to have things in real race cars, not just be another gaming peripheral company. But at the same time, he was so focused on that and throwing so much money at GT World Challenge and everything like that. It's you forgot that you also need frontline service to the customer you're selling things to, and they were the ones who were getting the most frustrated.
Yeah, that's the main thing, is you gotta train your customers to rely on you, and then you gotta follow through on it.
6 lengths short, 240.
Because one thing I'll tell you, as I break my car, one thing that say VPG Sim Racing that makes the brand new Porsche Cup wheel, as well as the steering wheel for the Mustang GT3 and GT4, They make the real thing for the real world race car, but they also do a sim racing version, and they have the sim racing version specifically because when you're sim racing, you need quality of life things like the dual joysticks that are not in the real race car because they're not relevant to the real race car.
Yeah.
Whereas when the BMW M4 GT3 wheel came out from Fanatec, they're like, they're exact same as the race car, and people are like, can I have a funky switch, please? And they're like, no, real race car.
Yeah, right.
And everyone's like, I'm not dropping $2,000 on a wheel that is harder to use in sim racing.
Yeah, that's a really good finer point right there, is that you do get used to game stick type controls and things like that for the game menus. And, you don't have that in a car because everything's on the dash and you're switching things. And, you can reach the dash while you're driving. And we could all get button boxes, but not everybody wants to deal with a button box, Like a lot of people just want to have a wheel that is also a gamepad. And that's totally
And you
fine.
also have people in VR too. If you're in VR, you don't want to take your hands off the wheel at all. You just want it all to be right there.
Yeah, until pass-through becomes 100% latency free and you can see your button box, we can't mess with that. That's why I use voice attack in VR, because I can't be bothered.
And oddly enough, one of the best-selling things that Fanatec has, and this is not me trying to sell you shit, the Rally module has the dual 5-way thumbstick. And regardless of what you mount that thing to, assuming it fits on your steering wheel, it's got the dual stick. So everybody loves it, even VR players, because they just know if they take their thumb from position 1, where they're driving, to position 2, where they're slightly extended, you can feel them. They're ribbed for your pleasure.
That's a good,
so that you know exactly where your thumbsticks are and you can make adjustments on the fly.
Yeah, like the
Whether you're
tactile
in
marks
VR
on a
or-
keyboard, like you can see where you're at. That's great.
Actually,
That's
something
some-
I'm
that's
really
some good
mad
thinking.
about. Funny that you mentioned that. I bought a set of keycaps, and the little nub on the J is smaller than the one that's on the F.
Oh, that's funny. Well, you can tell the difference between the J and the F, but I understand that you don't need that because you're gotten used to it, right?
Yeah, I'm like, why did these aren't the same height? It does not satisfy.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
I always like the broken keyboards, where you got the left hand on the left side and the right hand on the right side, like where you
Yeah, that's what I have.
never cross. Yeah, that's
I have it.
great.
It's called an Alice layout.
Yeah, I like those.
Yeah, split keyboards are awesome. They take a lot of freaking getting used to, and nobody makes 100% anymore. Nobody makes freaking 100% keyboards. They all make 96%. So I don't have a page up, page down, and shit like that.
Oh,
I have to map it. It's so annoying. I'm like, just give me a giant fucking keyboard. I don't care how heavy it is. I want all the buttons.
Yeah, some people do and some people don't, so they should just make both versions, really. One of my keyboards doesn't have scroll lock, and I'm like, where the fuck is my scroll lock? That's crazy. That's crazy talk.
I had to bind one of the keys to be insert because you have to do control insert to activate motion compensation.
Starts 60.
Oh, man.
3 right. Good luck. 5.
But it was one of those things where I was like, wait, where's my insert?
2, 1. Go. 60. 3 right. Very long tightens.
Or like
Into 2
keyboards
right.
that don't have a 10 key, I just spend so much time pressing function and using the
Into
10 key.
3
It
left.
sucks. I'd rather just have a 10 key.
70.
IT sent me a laptop that didn't have 10 key on it, and I emailed them back and they said, "Are you fucking crazy?
Caution. 3 left.
Giving me a laptop without 10 key? Do you know how many times I type in IP addresses in a day?"
I can do 10 key blind because I used to run a point of sale at the jobs that I did, like working at Guitar Center, doing transaction after transaction, punching in key codes for items and stuff. You can look at the item and run the 10 key without even looking at it, Like, I don't want to do a hunt and peck on the top line of the keyboard. No, thank you.
Into turn 1 left. Tightens. 90.
Give you more credit if you can tell me what the PLU code on bananas are, though.
Oh, PLU on bananas. I have no idea. I never did PLUs. Everything for us was internal model numbers at Guitar Center, or internal item numbers.
Yeah, anybody who ever works at a grocery store, they can always tell you what the banana code is.
That's awesome. I can see that. You get used to certain items that get bought a lot. Yeah, that makes sense.
6 right short, 150.
We eat a lot of bananas in America. Like,
Titans.
my daughter probably goes through
70.
probably about one every other day.
You are what you eat. That's why America's
Are we doing
bananas.
Del Monte or Chiquita bananas?
90.
They're usually Chiquita bananas because that's what we have.
I see both at my store, but yeah, usually Chiquita.
And 5 left, Titans.
Do you know Chiquita bananas like had cartel ties like several times?
Over small
Yeah.
crest, 40. Square right.
Wow.
150.
Yeah, man, I got you some high quality bananas, man.
5 right short and small jump.
Gonna eat this shit. It has so much potassium, it should be illegal.
5 right, long. Titans 3, path long, that junction.
Yeah, yeah.
400.
Cartel to me
Pacino's
is
like, you call that a
almost
Tony
synonymous
Montana
with.
impression?
What?
I was just saying, we'll have Al Pacino showing up in our chat. You call that a Tony Montana impression? Get out of here.
75 right, brake.
Cartel to me is almost like the flip side of Monopoly. Just one of them does it to IRS paperwork and the other one doesn't.
5 left short, over crest. And 3 right short, into 5 left. Don't cut. 40, lead square right, into crest. 50, turn square right.
One kills the poor for money, the other one kills everybody.
200.
Yeah.
Turn 1 left, Titans.
I think in a healthy economy, everybody needs to understand that there should be choices. Otherwise, you fuck with the law of supply and demand to your own detriment eventually. Even if you're the monopoly, if you are the monopoly, it's temporary. Because it's only until people decide they've had enough and they come break down your building and steal all your bananas.
170.
So I have to jump on the stage.
6 left short.
Not because I have to choose in the game or anything. It's
Long crest.
someone just came in.
I was hoping we could touch the roof on the top of the tunnel.
Hands up.
3 left.
Ooh, I touched it.
Into crest. 200.
Duck!
Dip 180. Crest. Keep right. 220. Crest. 40. Small
That's a
jump,
treat.
130. Slowing. Late. 3 right short.
Han Bao
4
Bao
right
says,
to
Nate, I
6
just
left
found out
short.
those guys get commission. You know what? You can be an honest salesperson and still get commission, but if you base all of your information that you tell people on the most commission that you're getting, you're a liar and you're a bad salesperson and you should not be in customer service because you're a jerk. I used to get a small amount of commission, but we're talking $100 a month to be the top sales guy at the store. There was no incentive at Guitar Center back when I worked there, and I'll tell you what, I know people that work there now, there's not enough commission to make liars out of them. But if you go to like regular guitar shops, you know, ones that aren't, you know, they're gonna get what they can get, just like a car dealer. They're gonna get what they can get. So unless they've got some sort of price that looks like the price that you can find things online, you should definitely ask for a discount.
Dip. And slight left. Slowing.
Mentality in sales has always been, I want you to have the right product, not necessarily the one that I have to sell.
That's the right attitude, because if you're taking care of your customer regardless of the commission, commissions always take care of themselves. You'll make your commission. If you're worried about the commission on one sale, you need to focus on making more
5
sales.
left short. Slight left.
And people
Slowing.
appreciate the
100.
advice and things like that that you give, and they'll come to you for things in the future.
Absolutely.
They'll see you as a person that can give them trustworthy information, and even though it may not be the thing that you had to sell, there may be something later you can.
That's why my card file was full at Guitar Center. People would come in and say, "Oh, I'm gonna buy this little $40 pedal because it'll make my dreams come true for nothing but $40." And I go, bro, actually, what are you looking for? And they go, "Oh, I like that Metallica sound." I'm like, bro, wait and get the $80 pedal. Let me show you why. You can do all this. You can do graphic EQ. You can, change the tone. It's like 20 pedals in one. So instead of buying the $40 one and being upset with that and buying the $80 one later, and now you spend $120 just to get to the same thing, just wait. Buy the $80 one. In fact, I'll call you when it's on sale. And I take their name, take their number, and call them up and be like, "Bro, that pedal's on sale for $65 now. Aren't you glad you waited 2 weeks?" And they go, "Oh, I'm on my way." That's good sales, right? Don't treat people like cash cows. Treat them like you treat your friends, Don't want them to just waste
Because also,
money.
their Metallica's kind of signature sound is a certain type of, or largely based on like a certain type of Mesa amp,
Yeah,
isn't it?
exactly. It's really hard
So-
to get a tube amp sound in a pedal, and it's definitely not really available on $40 worth of electronics.
I was gonna say it's like the thing to really tell them is like, hey, when you're looking for a new amp,
Hmm.
come by when there's a Mesa sale on. You don't need to get the giant like stack or something like what they have if you're not like a touring musician who needs the big rig. But I'm pretty sure like Mesa made like smaller, like at home Garage Warrior type
Yeah,
size
absolutely.
things that would still do the same thing, or small gigs.
Absolutely. You get, okay, like for a live situation, you want like maybe a 150 watt amp
Nice motivate.
in the record.
Yeah, I had to back up on the second stage. But GG's.
GG's. There's like the 150 watt version that you'd want to use like if you need to be loud enough that your drummer can hear you. But you can have the 50 watt version if you're just sitting at home recording stuff by yourself, because when you turn the 150 watt version all the way up, you get like this, sweet distortion, right? But if you're just using that 150 watt version at 20% volume, it totally changes the sound. So it's actually better to use the 50 watt version at lower volumes. You'll get a better distortion. You'll get that natural breakup that sounds like the live version. So like for me, but
Happy Thursday to YouTube, Wazzy.
I think he's chatting with somebody in the room.
Or his chat.
Yeah, because I'm streaming actually.
Well, then why aren't you sharing chat with us so we can all be in the same conversation?
All right.
I'm gonna send you an invite again.
Yeah, please. I just started it.
That's why you're not on the list. Okay.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to the last round of the championship here at Rally Monte Carlo. Well, I don't think we'll have many complaints
You
about
just
the weather
started?
from the crews this
I
weekend.
don't see you on the
it looks
list
to
yet.
be sunny and clear throughout the event. Let's hope that the pairings can match the clear skies.
But yeah,
with
it's
some
one of those
events.
cases in point where understanding that like perfect case. This kid came in, he wanted to buy the cheapest amp he could get, but he wanted to play in a band with a drummer and everything. And I'm like, bro, don't buy this Create amp. I'm like, understand. I'm with you, man. I am you. I am you 20 years later. Okay, so take my advice. I'm like, here, you're gonna want a tube amp. You're gonna want this thing. I'm like, come over here and plug into this freaking Mesa Boogie dual rectifier. TLD, thanks for the follow.
_RCG76, welcome
Yep.
to the World Rally family.
Everybody wants their Mesa Boogie dual rectum fryer.
Yeah, and there's some really good logic to having a solid state tube amp, and it's called even harmonic distortion, meaning even the distortion itself is in tune to the notes that you are playing. There's no other way to describe this other than the distortion is in key. And if you're using cheap little pedals and you crank up the distortion, you're getting odd harmonic distortion, which it'll still sound distorted, but when you start playing at really high volumes and you're trying to play off the squeal of the amp and use the feedback to your advantage and that sort of thing, Even harmonic distortion will add to the chord. It will add to the sound. It'll make it sound more consistent. Odd harmonic distortion, such as, you know, analog amps, digital amps used to not be very good. They're fine now, but they're modeled after analog circuits. So now that they understand the even harmonic distortion analog circuits, even in the digital amps, you can get a really good setup. So to go right back to where Nikki started, there are little $50 pedals now that sound like a tube amp. And you can plug your headphones into it and you can rock out and you can crank it way the hell up, or you can plug it into a PA system and it sounds like you've got a Mesa Boogie. So if you're looking for that level, you got to know that there's only a few companies that do that entry level tone really well. Line 6 is one of them. Fender is one of them. They bought Vox, so they really understood how to do solid state circuitry. Marshall makes some really good entry-level amps because they understand the eventual goal for all guitar players is like a really nice tube amp, but you got to get there eventually, right? And they were finding that these cheap little pedals were uninspiring. People would not use them. They'd go, oh, I bought it for this, but when I plug it into my amp and I crank it way the hell up, it sounds weird. Why does it sound weird? Odd harmonic distortion.
Don't cut. 50. 2 right. Tightens. 70. Slight right. And 5 left.
I think this applies all the way back to the sim racing stuff too. You'll see people go, what's the cheapest wheel I can get? And I'm like, oh, don't do that to yourself, man.
Yeah, exactly. Don't do that to yourself.
I'm like, at least spend $300 and get a Logitech G920 or a Thrustmaster TX or a TX. You know, you at least want to get there.
I think I've mentioned this before, but I usually tell people it's like, don't even bother with the Logitech anymore. There's so much out on the used market. Get your foot in the door on an ecosystem, because if you get a 920 or a 29, you're not going to be able to give it away because so many people have them, because so many people started there. Like Facebook Marketplace and eBay is loaded with people trying to get rid of them either because they don't do it anymore or they've upgraded, and it's like there's so many of them, nobody can give them away because people are like, what's this sim racing thing? So they go buy a G920, G29, 923, what have you. And, you know, then they want to upgrade and then they can't get rid of it.
Yeah, it's everybody's entry-level wheel that they just give to their little cousin who's just starting.
Whereas, especially as an adult, if you're serious about it, go to the used market. There's used Fanatec's, used Thrustmasters, used Mosas, used Simagic.
Yeah, and if they're DDs, they're usually not worn out because they don't have belts and gears that get broken.
And even some of the older, like, belt-driven stuff, if you buy it and it dies in a year and you still love sim racing, you know, then you know, okay, that was a worthwhile investment, I'll spend a little bit more. Whereas, you know, if you buy a Logitech and love it, after 3 months you're going to be like, well, now I want all of this other stuff, I wish I had that, you know, $350, $400 I spent on, you know, bare bones kit.
Left over small crest, slowing, 50,
whereas,
6 left,
you know,
and 1 right,
you can resell 2 or 3 times, you know, some Fanatec gears,
90,
higher end Thrustmaster
slight
gear.
left, and 6 right over crest,
Like,
120.
Izzy's gone through secondhand Thrustmaster, now secondhand Mosa. You know, there's nothing wrong with a hand-me-down.
Yep.
Some of us grew up having to inherit hand-me-downs, hint nudge.
Yeah, and that's where I'm always thinking on the case of if you get a used guitar, but it's a Gibson Les Paul from the 60s, bro, that's so much better than buying a brand new piece of crap at the store. You know? It's like a genuine, really nice piece of wood with great electronics. And, you know, you're not the first one to drive it, but hey, let's just be real. It's not like we're talking about virgins here, okay? They're just guitars and wheelbases here. You don't need to be the first person there. You know? It's not like,
Also-
ew, somebody else has touched this steering wheel, you know?
Slight left over crest.
Also,
Start
like,
junction,
if you're not
50,
afraid of
right
used,
short,
like you
over
get something
crest,
sweet.
80.
Like
Caution,
I tried
slight
learning
right.
to play guitar way
And
back
two
when,
right
and
short.
like
Don't cut
$300-400 was what you needed just for an entry level, you know, like Squire guitar. Whereas like somebody had in the newspaper ads, as I'm telling you how old I am, newspaper ads, somebody wanted $350 for a genuine Fender Stratocaster.
Two
Like,
right short,
I'll take it.
100.
That's amazing. Yeah, that's amazing. And like the whole thing is good quality products hold their value, no matter whether we're talking guitars or direct drives. Quality products hold their value. And interesting that you would mention Mesa Boogie. They never, ever go on sale anywhere. The only way to get a discount on a Mesa Boogie is to buy one used, but their lifetime warranty, no matter who owns it, even second, third, fifth, 12th user, lifetime warranty on all of their equipment. So you can buy a 30-year-old Mesa Boogie that needs to be repaired, send it to the factory, pay nothing but shipping, and you'll get it completely refurbished, rewired, put back together, and sent back to you. They're the only ones that do that.
60, 4 right, and small crest, into 4 left short, and 5 right.
I had a kid that came in, I still remember his name, Donovan Gregg. So this kid comes in when he was like 16, and his mom, and they're like coming in for Christmas, and they're like, I want to get the Strat Pack. I'm like, bro, don't get the Strat Pack. Here, get yourself a decent guitar and a decent amp, and once you're warmed up on that, you're going to want a Mesa Boogie or a Marshall or something like that. He came back in a couple of years and he was like, yeah, you were right, man. My friends bought the Strat Pack. That was a piece of shit. That was a shitty amp and a shitty guitar, and not even the cable was any good. I'm like, right? You know what I'm saying now? And he's like, yeah, dude, we're going to come to you from now on because you didn't steer us wrong. And that going right back to treat your customers like you would treat your friends. They're not cash cows for your abuse and enjoyment. They are other people. You treat them with respect. You sell them the shit that you would want to buy, right? And that's where I was like, you want to play metal, bro? You want a Mesa Boogie. Come over here. Let's go in the Loud Lounge. Let's plug you into a really nice guitar. Doesn't matter if it's a $5,000 guitar. It just can't be a $100 guitar, right? So we found
Nobody
this
got
nice...
the Lamborghini Diablo?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
man.
pressed the button. I didn't get it. I must have been late.
Nobody got the Diablo.
Yeah, I'm bummed about that, man. I'm gonna
That's
write Agassi
That's
a
some
sad
bullshit.
letter. There's you get to this point with the equipment out there in any of these places that we're talking about. Say, sim rigs, racing equipment, audio, microphones that we use on stream. Do not buy the cheapest possible thing unless you are totally entry level and you're not even sure if you're ever going to do it again, right? Buy a
You don't own a
used
PC.
high quality version.
That's exactly why I tell people, just like, don't skip the Logitech baseline, skip the cheapest Thrustmaster, get the used one that's a little bit another step or two towards the mid-range, because if you love it, you've got the basics of a system, or you can just resell it if you don't like it. Whereas, you know, you're going to suddenly hate the fact that you have to like disassemble your wheel if you want to switch from round to formula style or a bigger drift style or something.
all of that aftermarket capability. Absolutely. So this kid, he comes in the next year and he buys himself the guitar he actually wants. He saves up for it. He buys himself a really nice Ibanez shredder guitar, like totally awesome guitar. It's like $900 guitar. I don't care about the price because I wasn't paid on commission, so that's not the important part to me. The important part to me was seeing and hearing that the kid is fucking shredding it because he's loving the way the guitar feels, the way it reacts, the way the amp works. So he comes in, he buys this $1,200 Mesa Boogie single rectifier. That's the 50-watt version, right? So it's really good for like cranking up to full volume, but that's not so loud that it shakes the house. So it gets like this really good gain stage through the tubes, and it sounds really sweet, even harmonic distortion, like I said, right? many, many years later, I was looking for a used single rectifier Mesa Boogie. I go on Craigslist, I find a guy who's selling one. His name's Donovan. And I think, I wonder if that's the same Donovan. I go to his house. His mom answers the door and she's like, Nate, you're the guy coming to buy the amp? I'm like, yes, that's me. And they're like, that's sweet, because he upgraded to the triple rectifier. He doesn't need the 50 watt anymore because he's playing in a band and he needed the loud one. So I go in the garage. He's got his triple rectifier set up. He's got the 50 set up for me. And he's like, bro, I'm selling this to you for $200 less than the ad, because you're the reason I have all this great equipment. And like, look at that.
That's pretty sweet.
I might have gotten, what, 50 cents of commission if I had lied to him back in the day. But here we are 10 years later, I got a $200 discount on a $900 amp. Like, that's amazing. And like I said, lifetime warranty, right? So it didn't matter that it was used. I took it into a Mesa certified repair technician shop. I had them loaded up with some new tubes, check all the wiring, make sure everything was good. Got it back for like $50 in tubes, basically. I didn't have to really pay for any of the fixing, because that's all under warranty. And I took that amp home. I played it for years. And then I sold it to another guy for like $700.
Right, and turn 5 left. 40, 6 right.
Okay. Yeah, now we're on ice with our settings all dialed in, right? So now we should not feel feedback on ice, because it's ice. So you see how when you press the brakes, you can feel it. When you hold the brakes while driving, you can feel it. You know, this is the point where people go, why is the force feedback on? And I'm like, bro, you're on ice. There's no grip on ice.
My favorite is like, because it was freezing rain all day yesterday. So many people getting in accidents. It's like they just slam on the brakes and nothing happens. And it's like, what did you expect?
Yeah, right. Like we're talking 5% grip here, you know. You gotta use what you got.
It's also why I have the ride height turned up specifically for Monty on ice, because you can take to the ditch and the curb and whatnot, and
keep your tires in the snow. Yep.
you can suddenly get grip where you might not have had it before.
6 left short.
Because if you dip a wheel on the grass, you're not going to get your fender ripped off or something. But also, like, if you can't stop and you dip it into the grass, it's basically like grabbing something with your hand while walking, right? It's gonna slow you right down.
Yeah.
5 left, 5 right. 6
I like this. You go from, you got your settings all dialed in on high grip surfaces, and then you try it on gravel and you start dealing with the slip angle, and then you get here to ice and you're like, oh, now it makes sense. So if you're lacking grip on ice, upshift.
Exactly.
Left over crest, 70.
I have a friend who is a driving instructor for semi-drivers in Finland, right? This is what he says. Driving on snow, short shift all the time. Stay in the low end range, and you're much faster because you have much more grip.
That's exactly I was taught to drive on ice.
Yep.
100.
High-end power
They might
is
as well
like
teach the
way
entire
too
Quebec
right.
driver's ed courses on ice, because
2 left short.
that's where you're.
So I got experience driving the family vehicle up to go skiing. My dad would say, okay, we're getting on the snow, your turn to drive. And I'm like, oh no, I'm not good at snow. And he's like, that's why you gotta do it.
And 5 right.
He's like, we're going uphill. It's gonna be fine. I'll drive it downhill on the way home. And I'm like, what difference does that make? And he says, when you're going uphill, your braking times are increased because you're fighting inertia. You're fighting, going uphill. This is why people like hill climbs, because of the extra grip.
And 6 right over crest, 120.
I mean, every corner.
Slight right short.
Brake sooner.
80.
Brake gentle.
6 left.
Use the engine braking.
3 right, long tightens.
That's
Yeah,
one thing I definitely
problem.
appreciate about
And
my
one left, tightens.
the
60.
Honda with the because it's got the paddles. Even though you know you just all you can do now is stick it and drive, and that's it.
And 3 right
The paddles
short,
will respond
don't
regardless
cut.
of what
And
mode
3
you're in.
left. And 2
You don't have
right,
to be in sport
caution,
mode. You can just
100.
like click them and downshift the car, and then the engines you get the engine braking.
Yeah.
Square left.
So it's so easy to whoa up the car without having to tap the brake and have the
Hairpin
car
right.
slide.
Yep, and that's how I learned to drive. By the time I owned my
square left
IMPREZA, I would
short,
come back
into
from
4 right.
snowboarding. I'd come down the hill. I wouldn't even
4
touch the
left,
brakes.
50,
Just
slight
engine
right,
brake all
don't
the
cut.
way down the hill.
Into 2 left.
This is racing,
tightens,
obviously, so we're going
into
to push it a
slight
little bit
right,
harder.
caution,
But start your
80.
pendulum super early.
1 right short,
So you want to brake
140.
way earlier than it would ever seem necessary. Because by the
That's what I
time,
did.
yeah, there you go. By the
Slight
time
right, and
your car
hairpin
gets the
left,
input,
around sight,
you'll be in the
110.
corner. Ooh, a little bit wide there.
2 right, half long tightens, dry now, 70. 4 right, opens, 120.
Let's go.
6
First
right,
place, baby.
tightens, into slight left, slight right. And
So
This is like a sim racing
Oh, yeah, but
6 right,
Sorry about that.
tightens.
because we've gone from
Into 1 right
we started
short,
on grippy
don't cut,
tarmac,
and
right?
turn acute here
And then we went to
right.
gravel, then we went to snow, and then we went to
100.
ice. So if you buy a new steering wheel, do that same method.
Caution, 1 right.
Go
into
from high
bridge,
grip to
turn
low
square
grip
right,
progressively.
short,
And by the
into
time you get
side
to the
left,
ice, it'll make sense.
130.
You notice how you hit the dry
Side
tarmac
left,
down here? It gets
long,
heavy all of a
to
sudden. Like you can
I
feel it
guess I
again.
think that's great news for you. I can drive the OP car only on tarmac. That's fun now.
Yeah, it's like all of a sudden you or being so used to ice and then suddenly feeling grip and it's like, oh, time to push
Yep.
Yeah.
because it's immediate. The feedback.
Now, I want to address something because I see people go, but I want to feel the car on ice. Okay, that's fine. But remember, when you go to drive a real car, you will not be able to turn up the force feedback. So you'll need to train yourself how to drive on 5% grip. Because it is what it is. You don't get to turn
You also
up the
don't
force
feel the
feedback in the
grip
real world.
in real life on ice.
Don't lie to yourself.
And this is why they
Because-
have to put that thing at the beginning that says this is simulation driving. Don't do this in the real world because people can fool themselves.
You know, even if you have power steering, it will still feel there's no grip on the ice.
Yeah. There's that point where if you're sliding sideways on ice, you're not gripping anything. You don't even get
Right.
that slip angle like you do on tarmac or gravel or anything. There's like nothing. So what I always do is, driving in the real world on ice, right, is you slow down way before the corner. And if you want to go fast because you're racing, that's for after the corner. So after the corner, when the car's straight, then you can hammer it down and see what you can get away with. I am not the best driver in the world, but I have this reference in my head. I race against guys that drive real rally cars, and I can beat them on the ice because I do not turn up my settings. I do not fool myself. There's bad habits that we learn from trying to cater to the way we want it to feel. But in the real world, you cannot turn up your force feedback. So it's a good idea to just learn it.
Well, you can sort of, but you just have to remove the power steering pump.
Well, yeah, that's just turning up the amount of heaviness, and so that'll prevent you from doing quick turns, right? When you have no power steering
Yeah.
pump. I drove the Ford Focus with no power steering for the first year of autocross. Everything that I wanted to do with steering had to be gas. So it's like it was really heavy unless you're on the gas. So it's like it really, really taught me how to deal with the car.
Yeah. Also, if anybody's curious to see what it's like trying to drive a car without your power steering, go watch Takamoto Katsuta in this past Rally Sweden. Or maybe it was Monte Carlo. He's like both hands on the wheel. His co-driver has to pull the handbrake because he can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
And it's like literally, it's like 13 kilometers of Taka looking like he's going to shit himself because he's working that wheel so fucking hard.
Okay, you guys ready for the final test? Now that we've dialed in all of our force feedback settings?
Yeah, I feel like it. Let's go.
Group B,
I'm
four-wheel
so
drive,
ready.
Poland. Let's go.
Oh, good.
Oh,
I think we're really good time to leave.
Here we go.
Later, guys.
And then all of a sudden
Later,
he's
Dylan.
like, suddenly I've got this thing that I need to do, and blah.
Yeah. Now choose your car based on where you want to deal with the power and the weight, because most of these are mid-engines. I like these Audi Sport Quattro because it's front engine.
I'll try that.
It's
I'll try
difficult to
the
describe the handling of the Audi now. Worse is one way of saying it.
Here
Poland,
at Orlen 80th Rally Poland. If we have a quick glance at the conditions for the event now,
Can we get the car?
it looks like we should be in for clear skies throughout, which should make for a
Might be too
fast
late.
and fun rally for both the drivers and the spectators.
Actually, for those in my chat, I have a new sound on the soundboard, and it is Top Gear related, if you can find it.
Do you have a list of sound commands for people, or do they just have to press buttons?
Exclamation sounds should show you the list of everything.
There you go.
Ça, c'est mon rideau. Ils ont commencé par ça. Puis là, ben, c'est rendu comme ça. Puis là, ils sont rendus au sablage. Ah, t'es pas tout seul, là. T'es pas tout seul.
Nobody got that car either? Oh, it's a TVR, don't worry about it. I mean, don't get me wrong. TVRs look amazing and some of them sound awesome. But the reliability of some of those
It's only
TVRs.
one go.
Yeah, if it's not a Cerbera, I'm not interested.
I'm not even sure about the setups here, but I think I'm gonna go a bit wide down the fifth gear.
Yeah, that makes
In the
sense.
front.
This is high speed.
Yeah, just assume you're going faster than you think you're going.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
it's Group B. It's an engine strapped to a Coke can and with
Oh, that
wheels.
means first gear must be a bit longer.
Hey, Francois in here. What's up, dude?
Mon téléphone appelle la police pour faire ça. Puis il bloque les personnes. Attends.
I just love every time he does a Hold My Horton run, he has this same like terrified look on his face in the video thumbnail.
Yeah, totally.
Ça bloque les contacts.
All right.
All right, good luck, guys.
I'll try it. Good luck, man.
This is
I'll
the
try and
final
claim that
test.
OT.
The final test, the final countdown. After this, I'm going to go raid Nikki, and then I'm going to go play with some other things, track racing and shit. Dial in my FFB for track racing.
I might be doing a Longy Bongy 24 after this.
All right, there you go. Now
I'll
that
probably
you're
do
dialed
that.
in, you can
And,
enjoy that.
Start
Exactly.
170.
myself.
All right, I'm gonna do it on board.
Here we go.
5,
Most
Good luck, have fun.
important is
Careful,
that
turn one.
that's inside.
2, 1, go. 170. Crest and slide right over bump. 80.
allons-y. Vite,
And
vite, monsieur.
crest 150. Slowing. Crest and 5 right short into 3 left sharp. 140. 5 left cut.
This third gear. There we go.
Wait, I'm
Yeah, we
in
know, we
so
know.
that should be. Bye.
Slight left and early slight right over crest 200. Slowing 5 right 70. Lead 4 right half long cut. Into crest into 5 left long 40.
Oh, it was so great.
left over crest, 100, slide right, into 6 left, into 5 right over crest, opens, 70, small crest,
left
into
the center
5
of the
left,
delta is for.
and crest, into 3 left, half long, lobs outside, and 3 right, half
There's
long, tightens,
nothing quite
140.
has the same engine note as an engine that has a sucker and a blower.
Crest, 1
Yeah, right?
If you don't know what that means, go look it up.
5 left short, 70. Crest, into 5 right. And 4 left short, 90.
There's a reason why twin charging is known for stapling
Into 5
people to their
left over
seats.
crest, 80.
For example, the Volvo S60. Oh, it has such a nice sound.
Bump. And 4 left.
I mean, the T8.
Slowing, 60.
Twin charge.
Square right, onto cobbles.
Ipsy doodles.
And 6 right, long, 60.
It's fine, it's a mid-engine car. There's nothing important up there.
Square left, around Beale. 90, bridge, 80. Turn 1 left, unseen, onto gravel. And right over crest,
Whoa, blew that
70,
corner.
slight right, 40. Small jump, 60. 6 right, and left over jump, 120. 6 left, tightens, over jump, 100. Late 4 right, short, and slight left, into crest, sudden 2 right. And 3 left, long, opens. And slight right, 50. 3 right, cut, and 6 left, into jump, 90.
It's a bit wobbly here.
Bumps, slowing, and 5 left, onto tarmac, 90, 2 right sharp, around Beals, 60. Crest, 30. 3 left, around Beale, and 5 right, into left over crest, 60. 6 right, don't cut, half long, slowing, 130. Turn square left, around Beale, 30. Slide right, 70. Turn 5 right, onto gravel, 90. 6 right. Into jump, keep right, 60. Crest, into 5 left. And 2 right, 30. 2 left, half long, 40. 4 right short, 50. 5 right over crest, and 4 left, cut, 90. 6 right, tightens, 50. 6 left over crest, keep it, and 5 right, 120. 4 right short, over crest, slowing, 50. Turn, square left sharp.
Right
140.
there.
Oh, maybe.
6 right, extra long. 60. 4 left, half long, into crest, 150, slowing. Caution, 6 left, long, into crest, and sun 1 right. Into slight right, over bumps, 50. 1 left, tightens, 40. Long crest, 130. Bump, and 2 left sharp, 50. 3 right, 40, onto tarmac. 4 right, don't cut, and 2 left, keep it, and 2 right short, wall inside, 80. Slight left over crest, 150, slowing. Turn hairpin left, around Beale. 100. 4 left short, 50, right over crest, 40, crest, into 5 left, half long tightens, 50, 1 right, around Beale, onto gravel, 70. 5 left, half long, 120. Long crest, 130. 5 right short into crest 120. Late 5 right 280. Long crest bumps 200. Slowing, turn 2 left around Bale 140. 5 right, opens and tightens. 3 right, around Bale. 190, over bumps. Small crest, into 3 left, half long, 40. 3 right, 160. Crest, 90. Lake 3 right, and 4 left, very long tightens. 270, over bumps. Crest, slowing, 150. Turn square right, sharp, around Bales. 200. Dip, slowing, into crest, and square left short, don't cut, 50. Slight right over
Yeah, Poland's good
crest,
for that.
brake, 70.
Too many curves.
Right, short.
Gotta keep that tail tucked.
And slight right, 30.
Can't
3
do a lot
left
of
sharp.
wild swings here.
And slight left, 50. 3 right, tightens.
Whoa. Curves.
And left over crest, 30. Right over jump, 40. Jump. And 6 right. And leap 3 left, 30. Turn 1 left. 100. Small crest, into 4 left, 100. Right over small jump, 140. Crest, 60. 5 right, 60. 6 left, 120. 6 left, over bumps. And small jump, 50. 5 right short, over crest. Keep it, 100. Left over bump. And 6 right, 80. Crest, 90. 6 left, onto tarmac, slowing, 60. Crest, into 5 left, 50. Turn hairpin right, onto gravel. And 4 left, 30. Right over jump, 40. Right over bump, into slight left, slowing, jump, 120. Turn square right. 120. Late, 5 left over jump, opens, 100. Bumps. Into 5 left, tightens, into jump, 100. Right over jump. Into 4 left short, 100. 4 right, tightens over crest. Into 6 left, 70. 5 left, 40. Caution, crest, into leap 2 right, 100. 6 left, over finish, to stop. Okay, that's a 9 minute.
All right, well done, everybody.
36.4.
Hey, thanks for this for this moment, Nate. It really brought more knowledge on the about the I don't know how to put
GG's,
the word,
everybody.
but it was very
Oh
very,
yeah, understanding the force feedback settings is really tricky, and it definitely don't necessarily stop here. Like, keep experimenting. But I want to point out one thing: we all noticed when we went to icy tarmac the lack of force feedback, right?
Yep.
And those of us like you guys who have driven on snow and ice, that's how it feels, right?
Yeah.
Did you notice how many people quit the lobby?
Yep.
Okay, So remember, there are two classifications of rally people out here. Ones that just want to have fun doing the easy stuff, four-wheel drive cars on grippy tarmac on dry days, on easy gravel, no hardcore damage, okay? And then type 2, the ones who are bored with that and have already done that for 25 years and they're looking for a new challenge and they want to drive shitty cars in shitty conditions, in terrible conditions. So you guys should join Hold My Horton, because Nikki's got a club just for that. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you guys.
Thank you for your TED Talk.
Hell yeah. I'm going to raid out to Nikki now, too, so you guys can carry on and
it was
watch,
very resourceful.
watch some more work here.
Very resourceful.
I'm just a member of the community, but I'm happy to help. I'm happy to pass on my knowledge, things that I've learned from everybody over the years. It's useful for all of us in two ways. One, having fun, and then the other one is being trained in this way might actually save your life in the real world one day. It has for me. I could go on for hours about the times where my training has actually saved my life in the real world. So you guys have fun.
Accidents, fender bender all the way to serious injury just yesterday in like the GTA alone, right? Just because of a little bit of freezing rain. And it's because people just like panic and slam on the brakes and they don't know what to do in that situation. Whereas if you know your car, you know what you're doing, you know exactly what can happen, because like especially just your average person in their average front wheel drive sedan, they don't realize if the back end is stepping out and you have front end grip but your rear end is sliding, you can actually hit the gas and it will snap it straight.
That's a really good technique to know, honestly. If the car has got grip in the front but not in the back, use that. Use the grip you got left. Absolutely.
Like there are so many people who just like they start, especially like I said, in your average like Honda Civic in my case, so many people have cars like that. They start sliding, they slam on the brakes and they're trying to, they steer or they just freeze and they don't know what they're doing, and all of what they could have done to save themselves was literally do the thing that's not necessarily counterintuitive and hit the gas.
Yeah, exactly. And you guys, when you get a minute, Colin McRae is talking about this exact thing in an interview with what's her name? There's this interview. Okay, I put it in YouTube links. Long story short, Colin McRae, pedal to the metal, rally driving. The link is in the Discord here under media sharing YouTube links. You guys can learn from Colin McRae. It's a really good place to go for that kind of knowledge. And he talks about that exact thing. He says it's counterintuitive, but you could actually press the